Friday Night Football greetings from a rainy War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. It is time for Benton Fighting Panther football. This evening, the Benton Panthers and Catholic High Rockets meet on the gridiron for the 58th time. Tonight's game is the final non-conference tune-up for both teams as conference play begins around the state of Arkansas next Friday night. The Panthers come in confident this week, fresh off a 63-19 pasting of the LR Southwest Gryphons in last Friday's home opener at Everett Field. The Rockets had last Friday night off and an extra week of work to get ready for tonight's game. The Rockets come in 0-2 with losses to Jonesboro and Fort Worth Nolan Catholic, whom they played at the Star in Frisco, Texas. I'm Jim Gardner, joined tonight on the broadcast by Dio Vanucci and the number one fan of the Benton Panthers, Freddie Reinhardt, for Benton Panther football on 106.7 The Buzz 2 and live streaming courtesy of MM Productions. Benton Panther football is presented by Everett Buick GMC and sponsored by Black Corley Owens and Hughes Architects, ACDI, Cornerstone Home Lending, Jones Heating and Air, Merchants and Farmers Bank, Sanders Ground Essentials, CTS Industrial Services, Hamilton Family Dentistry, Bryan Eye Care, Allied Glass, Riverside Grocery and Catering, the City of Benton, Farmers Bank and Trust, Congo Fireplace and Patio, First Security Bank, Saline Health System, Elliott Electrical, and the Benton Touchdown Club, the official booster club of Panther football. You can go to BentonPantherFootball.com to become a member for rosters, schedules, videos, game stories, and more. And Dio, as I bring you in, all of the fans have gone out as we have entered a weather delay before the pregame has even gotten started here tonight.
Yeah, it looks like we got here about 4 hours early before anybody got here is what it looks like right now. The field is completely empty, as are the stands. But earlier, we saw both teams warming up, getting ready for a good clash tonight, and the stands were starting to fill up. So hopefully some of this rain that's falling right now can get past us. It's kind of crazy. Over to the left, you could see a lightning strike. A massive lightning strike as I look to my left, and that seemed to be well within the radius that would extend that delay. So I know at least we're going to be 3 minutes late starting this game, but wow.
Yeah, that one was right there. And as you say, you look to the left, to the north, and the skies are clearing. To the south, it is black.
Yeah, and the funny part is looking over to the north, I expected to talk about the clouds parting and you can see the blue sky, and then that lightning strikes came in and said, don't even talk about it.
So with every lightning strike, it adds to the delay. It resets at 30 minutes. So we don't know yet, depending. It's all up to the good Lord and Mother Nature to decide when this one's going to kick off at this point.
Yes, it is. So I figure for now we can go through our pregame and do our little preview stuff, and we can take a little more time on another lightning strike right there. So we're 4 minutes more past kickoff now. So anyway.
I was going to see if you wanted to do your best Todd Jacobian impersonation and go do a little weather report for us.
Honestly, I would fail miserably as a weatherman. I do see some cumulus clouds somewhere, along with some cumulonimbus. Anyway, those are the only two words I remember from that lesson in earth science, I think in 5th or 6th grade.
I tell you, it is pouring now here at War Memorial Stadium. As Terry Benham lets us know, our good buddy, that the monsoon is happening back in Saline County back home. So the good thing is all this rain right now, we've needed it and more.
We needed it. I know I had to break out the sprinkler on my yard because I'm just not ready. It's not cold enough for the brown yard yet. But usually I don't have to do that. This time of year it's normally wet enough, but it hasn't been. So this is a welcome sight, just not on Friday night. It could have come on Wednesday, Wednesday. That's when everybody's at church. Get everybody in the church house. You don't have to worry about football games or baseball games, anything like that.
Freddie and I were talking driving up here this afternoon. Couldn't remember the last time really we had a really cloudy day like we've had today. It has been so sunny and so beautiful the end of the summer here, and even,
Does it remind you of
comfortable.
Does it remind you of your time in California? Because I know California weather, aside from wildfires, they have pretty amazing weather out there year-round.
Yeah, 9 months of the year, day after day the same, and then a lot of fog in the winter. But, it has been that way. So we are in a weather delay here. Maybe to set the stage for the game that will start at some point, 58 times the Panthers and Catholic Rockets have played. That's the most games that Benton has played against another team in school history. You go back to the school records to 1925, Benton's played Catholic more than they played Bryant or anyone else. So this is an old rivalry for the Panthers.
Yeah, and it's been a good rivalry. And how many years there was a pretty big gap where we didn't play them, but I don't know that from what year to what year it was. But last year's game, I mean, that could have gone down as almost a classic game. That was, Catholic, if I remember right, they came back to win right there at the end. I know it was,
35-28.
35-28 was but it was a, kind of a last-minute score. I know it wasn't at the, like the last play of the game or anything, but it was still a very good fight. It was a good battle between, two good teams. I expect really to see the same thing tonight, Catholic coming off of that, the week off is probably going to really help them. We saw a dramatic improvement in Benton after their week off after the Bryant game. Southwest just couldn't hold a candle to what Benton's offense brought to the table last week. Now, one thing we did notice, we did see a few chinks in the defensive armor of the Benton Panthers last week. But here's the beauty of that. It was mostly on the ground game, which is probably where Catholic is weakest.
Correct. Only 50 yards rushing in 2 games so far for the Rocket offense. First time these two schools ever met in football was 1936. Wow. And the Panthers won it 37-6. Catholic leads the series all-time 34-21, and there have been 2 ties. And as Dio said, last year Benton and Catholic renewed the rivalry. That was the first time they had played since 2009.
Okay.
And the Rockets did win that game last year at Everett Field 35-28. So when we are able to get started, the setup to this year is real similar to last year. The Panthers have played in 2 lopsided games, and we really don't know any more necessarily about the Panthers than we did in the preseason. And like last year, we learned a lot in that Week 3 game with Catholic. I think we're going to get the same this year.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's a good test. It's a more even test. Bryant, we're just outmatched. I mean, they have 10,000 students. We have 5,000. I think they've got 150 kids on their roster or close to it, and they could probably have more than that realistically. And then Little Rock Southwest, they're a new program. The joining of 2 rival schools has not gone probably as well as they might have hoped. And so that program, lacks some organization. They've got some athletes, don't get me wrong. But Catholic is, it's a program that year in, year out performs. Playing up in that 7A, that's a tough conference. Mm-hmm. And really, school size, they're really more of a 5A school, if I'm not mistaken. So they're having to play up simply because of that private school rule. So this is a really good test for both schools, I think. Anyway, that's my take on it.
Panthers come in 1-1, a win over Southwest last Friday at Everett Field, 63-19, and the Salt Bowl season opening loss to Bryant, 42-3. The Rockets, meanwhile, have lost both games on the road. They opened at Jonesboro and were defeated 37-7 by the Golden Hurricane. And then 13 days ago on a Saturday night in Frisco, Texas at the Star, Fort Worth Nolan Catholic defeated Little Rock Catholic in the Catholic Bowl. They termed it, Jerry Jones helping put that together, 36-34. So that's the setup for tonight. Let's rewind to last Friday night. The Panthers in the 63-19 win over Little Rock Southwest. And really, it was sort of pick a name out of a hat for the offensive player of the game. I wonder if Strand Smith thought afterward, what do I have to do to get player of the game? All he was 15 for 18. 2 of those incompletions were clear drops, 293 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, all in the first half.
Yeah, well, Maybe it's because he made it look a little too easy. I don't know. Donovan Pearson is the one that seemed like he really had to work for his yardage, and he did so, as you see on the screen there, 105 all-purpose yards. That was, he was catching passes, running the football. I'm surprised he didn't get an opportunity to throw the ball, but, Strand had a fantastic game, and I think that part of the reason we may not have acknowledged it as much is because a lot of the passes that he completed, now he did have a couple of deep balls, but his receivers did a lot of work after the catch, and we saw a lot of yards after, a lot of that yak stat is what we saw, not taking anything away from Strand Smith because he had to put the ball there and get it to the guy. But I think tonight is going to be, and we'll get to that when we get to the picks to click, but spoiler alert, that's my pick to click. I think he's going to have a really big game tonight. Now, I wish that the rain would have held off. If I'd known this, I wouldn't have probably went with the quarterback if I knew it was going to be this rainy. But I really think that this is going to be a battle of two quarterbacks tonight. Just looking statistically, Catholic with only 50 yards on the ground. And I think Strand's one of those guys that in a moment like this, when he's called on, he's going to show up. So I expect him to have a big night, and he'll probably have better stats than he even had last week.
Great night last Friday for Strand Smith. Also a good night for Brandon Johnson, the junior running back. 6 carries, 122 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Our Pasta J's Panther Offensive Player of the game last week was Donovan Pearson, 105 all-purpose yards and 2 touchdowns. And as we showed in the Panther Live at Pasta J's show, he had a great receiving touchdown, a great rushing touchdown, and a great pancake block.
Absolutely.
Down near the goal line. So you talk about making improvement from game 1 to game 2. The offensive line really did and played well last week. 277 yards rushing by the backs on 18 carries and just 1 sack allowed after 6 allowed in the Salt Bowl, D.O.
Which that's huge. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, he can't deliver the ball to your playmakers. So everything starts with the offensive line. And when they have it, hopefully that game gave them some confidence because you come out of that Bryant game, their defensive line, they can go 3 or 4 deep, and they really don't have much drop-off at Bryant. So you're getting a fresh body in there that's just as big as the last guy, and the only difference is maybe a very small difference. So those guys really, they needed last week to kind of get back on track and to realize, hey, you know what, we can do this. We understand the schemes. And these guys have been playing in this offense now for, over 7-8 years, most of them. So they understand the scheme. They understand what Coach Ray is trying to do. This is going to be another good test. Like I say, last week, Southwest, their defensive line, not as disciplined as they're going to see out of this Catholic line tonight. The Catholic defensive line is going to be more disciplined. They're going to have to hold their blocks. They're going to have to make better blocks, or we're going to see some trouble in the backfield.
Defensively for the Panthers last week, Jake Jones, the middle linebacker, against that flexbone triple option offense where everything goes through the middle. Jake Jones had a phenomenal night. 8 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, a sack, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and a touchdown. He's everywhere on the stat sheet except the interception line. It was a great night for Jake.
Absolutely a great night. And as a junior, playing that Mike linebacker position, and everything in this defense is predicated off the Mike's play. If you've got and Coach Harris used to describe, back when Braden Harris was our Mike linebacker, you've just got to have somebody that's willing to stick their nose in there and cause trouble, and that's Jake Jones. He was that kid in Pee Wee football. He was always in the mix, and so that's what you want out of your Mike linebacker. Look for him. Here's the thing. With Catholic not running the ball as much, Jake's going to have an opportunity to get after that quarterback some, though, that's for sure.
Chase Harding and Zane Manchek with 5 tackles each also for the Panther demolition crew last Friday night. We're going to take our first commercial break in the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show. When we come back, we'll hear from head coach Brad Harris. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett, inviting you to come see us at Everett Buick GMC and discover the Everett difference. But what is that difference? Its outstanding customer service, the largest Buick GMC inventory in Arkansas, a state-of-the-art facility, and an outstanding team of professionals who put your needs first. From sales to service to financing, the difference shows in everything we do every day. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
Family and community go hand in hand. That's why ACDI proudly calls downtown Benton our home and why we are excited to be a part of this community. Hi, I'm Josh Lane, the team captain at ACDI. My teammates understand the importance of serving in the community, and at ACDI, we'll always make that a priority. We are proud sponsors of the Benton Panther football team and thankful to share our family with this great hometown. Go Panthers!
Allied Glass is a full-service glass shop located in historic downtown Benton. Allied Glass is a third-generation business and family-owned and operated since 1967. Mirrors, shower doors, commercial storefronts, tabletops, screens, plexiglass, and much more. For all your glass needs, call Allied Glass at 501-778-6244, located at 115 East Sevier in downtown Benton.
Any lasting structure begins with a good blueprint, and every good blueprint must be designed specifically for the people it serves. The Benton Event Center, Riverside Park, and the new Boys and Girls Club, all designed by the professional architects at Black, Corley, Owens, and Hughes. They understand the Benton community and are a major part of our economic success. Proud sponsors of Benton Panther football and valued partners for our community.
Friday night, the Panthers and the Little Rock Catholic Rockets meet for the 58th time all the way back to 1936.
Gotcha.
Benton's played more games against Little Rock Catholic than any other school, and it seems like an ideal matchup after a couple of lopsided games in weeks 1 and 2. You got a confident team going into this one. Tell us where the Panthers are going into this game with Catholic.
Well, this is a game that you and I have talked about since I've been the head coach here, and we tried to get Catholic on the schedule because we felt like it would be a great game with the history, bring them back, and Coach Fogelman and I just had a hard time getting it together, and finally it happened last year. So last year they got the best of us, but this year we like our chances, and we're real excited about this matchup. We think we match up really well offensively, defensively. We feel like we're the better team here. We feel like we're the more athletic team. The question is, are we going to go out and show that Friday night? They're 0-2 coming in right now. Gotten beat by a really good Jonesboro team, and then they went to Dallas and played a Catholic school in Dallas area in a kind of a kickoff classic for just Catholic schools down there. And they played at the Frisco Star, so that was a great experience for them. But they got beat in overtime, I think 36-34, something like that. But they played a much better game. So they're playing better. They don't have a win yet, but they're playing better right now. They had some improvement between weeks 1 and 2. So really feel like it's a great matchup. Totally different style of play than what we got to see this last week. They're a spread-oriented team. They're going to be very disciplined, very, very organized with everything. They're going to play hard. Maybe not as athletic as the two teams that we've seen the last 2 weeks, but they're going to be a very good football team.
Got a real good quarterback in Preston Scott. He was a receiver last year for him, but well, you look at kind of a prototype high school quarterback, and he fits the mold.
He does, and Coach Fogelman really likes him. He's a 6'2", 190 kid, runs the football pretty well. He throws it really well. They've got some receivers that are real good possession guys. They don't have a flashy receiver that's just a burner or over-the-top guy, but, man, they do a really good job of running routes, finding space, and he does a great job of finding them in open space. So we've got our work cut out for us defensively, defending a really good quarterback, probably the best quarterback that we've seen this year.
And they've thrown the ball 81 times in 2 games, so a pass-heavy offense you're expecting.
We are. They threw for 447 last week against the Catholic school out of Dallas. They're really struggling running the football. I think they've only got about 65, 70 yards rushed on the year total. So we're expecting them to come in and throw the football on us, try to. We feel like our run defense is really good. We held our own early on against a good Bryant team, and then against Southwest, against a run-heavy team early on, we shut them down. So we feel like they're going to come in and try to throw the football around. That's the strength of their offense, so we feel like that's how they will attack us.
Defensively, Catholic showed a 3 front against Jonesboro, 4 front against the Catholic school in Dallas. What are you expecting out of them defensively?
Well, I think there'll be multiple, Jim, but I think we'll really start out seeing a forefront. That's what we saw last year, and they did the same thing last year. They played some three front, they played some four front, but when we played them, they went basically to a forefront all night, except for in passing situations, heavy pass situations, and they tried to put four guys down to cause some problems for our offensive line. We really anticipate that again. We think that they feel like they're going to have to stop our run game. We got two really talented running backs in Casey Johnson and Brandon Johnson. But we also have a game where they've seen us throw for almost 300 yards in the first half. So they're going to have to kind of pick their poison a little bit, and we're going to try to take advantage of whatever they give us.
It's a really good matchup coming up Friday night at War Memorial Stadium. At 7 o'clock, the Benton Panthers and the Catholic High Rockets will kick off. Coach, this has been a great night.
It has been a great night. This is exactly what we envisioned, Jim.
Yeah, appreciate all the Panther fans coming out tonight and being a part of Panther Live here at Pasta J's. If you can't make the game on Friday, we'll have the broadcast on the Buzz 2 106.7 and also streaming at MM Productions. The Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show will begin at 6:30 with kickoff at 7 o'clock. Coach, thanks. It's a fun night.
Appreciate it, Jim. I really do.
And all you Panther fans, thanks for filling the house tonight. And we'll be back here next Tuesday following another big Panther win. For Coach Brad Harris, I'm Jim Gardner.
Yes, we've got Bear on the line with a question for Trey. Bear, what's your question?
Hey, Randy, this is Bear, first-time listener, long-time caller. I wanted to ask Trey about Sanders Ground Essentials. I know they are real five-star guys wanted by everybody. I heard they have an excellent weed control and fertilization program, and they do customized plans based on annual soil results for all their customers. I just want to know what you guys have heard. I'm going to hang up and listen now.
Bear, you should call them at 315-9395 or on the web at sandersground.com. Let's get growing.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest selection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
Hamilton Family Dentistry, dental care that grows with you. We're family owned and are ready to provide dental care for your family. From your newborn baby to your great-grandparents, we see them all. Give us a call at 653-2422 or come visit us at 2422 Spring Hill Road.
Merchants and Farmers Bank is built around hard work and dedication, offering the big bank products but small bank friendly. Building relationships, one customer at a time. We invite you to be next. Stop in today at the corner of Spring Hill and Highway 5 in Bryant, or our newest branch opening soon in downtown Benton, where you'll find that your experience here matters. Visit us online at mfbanknet.com or find us on Facebook. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324.
Welcome back to War Memorial Stadium and the Jim Landers broadcast booth. The Panther pregame show brought to you tonight by Everett Buick GMC. Start of the game is under a weather delay. All of the fans are in the concourse. The teams are in the locker room. We were told during the break that we're about 15 minutes behind. But any lightning strike in the area, Dio, resets that 30-minute delay. So we're going to stay with it right now in the pregame show. And if it gets to where that delay keeps getting stretched out, we'll kick it back to programming at that point. Understand from our families texting us that Benton's getting hit pretty hard with the rain right now.
Now the radar looks like it's pretty heavy directly over Benton right now. So the rain has definitely subsided considerably. I can't even tell if it is raining anymore really out here. So that's a great sign for us. And really the opening in the clouds to the north has gotten much closer to us, and as this darkness seems to be pushing south of us. So good signs that we are going to have a football game here tonight that's not going to go through one of those multi-delays. I remember going to the Arkansas-Tennessee game years ago. Do you remember that, where they had, I can't even remember how many. It was the one where Joe Adams had the amazing punt return. But we had multiple rain delays, if I'm not mistaken, and that was brutal. Although I was lucky enough to be in a box, in a sky box. I got invited, and that was a great way to watch a football game, especially with a delay, because you got a buffet behind you and a cooler full of soft drinks. We were ready to rock and roll for a 4-hour delay.
No buffet here tonight and no Chewies either.
There's no Chewies. There's no buffet here. I was a little disappointed when I came in.
and can't get a pizza delivered through security to the Memorial Press Box, right?
They got us on lockdown, and the concession stands are all the way across the way, and ain't nobody heaving a hot dog this far.
So Dio's got a hard life right now, but I'm sure anybody in the concourse listening to us would trade places with you.
Yes.
Heartbeat. So.
Yes.
Hey, when the game does start, let's break down the matchup. The Benton offense against the Catholic defense. Tonight, Panthers have rushed for 169 a game and thrown for 265. The Rockets surrendered 233 rushing and 199 passing. Dio, what do you see there in the matchup, Benton's offense, Catholic's defense?
Well, I would say that I'm a little bit I feel like our rushing numbers are a little bit less than normal, but that's also due to playing the Salt Bowl, and we only have 2 games on those stats. So, but really the rushing attack, especially with the running back duo of Johnson and Johnson, and then you throw Donovan Pearson in the mix, really I expect more production out of the Panthers' run game because that's really what adds that balance that allows the quarterback to do the play action and really gets the RPO game going. So what I like to see about that matchup is with the Rockets allowing 233 yards rushing, they're better at defending the pass, probably because they practice against it so much more, because they see it as part of their offense. I think this is a great opportunity for Coach Ray to really get his running backs going. And you know what? I want to see Casey Johnson look like Casey Johnson of 2 years ago, not last year. I want to see the Casey Johnson we saw his sophomore year when he was fighting for playing time and trying to show what he had. We just haven't seen that same level of just, I don't know, call it maybe toughness. He's still a fantastic running back, but I'm ready to see Casey Johnson bust loose.
Casey just 87 yards rushing in the first 2 games this season. Very un-Casey-like numbers.
Yes. Well, and it doesn't hurt Benton to have a guy like Brandon Johnson move in, and really he's a different style back. He's more of that power type. He reminds me more of an Eddie George type running back, kind of a bigger kid. In Casey, I always said when he first started, when I first coached him in 7th grade, I was like, he reminds me of Eric Dickerson. He runs like Eric Dickerson did. And, I remember the kids all the way up through junior high, they hated to hit him because he was built out of rebar. He's just strong and just when you hit him, you were hitting raw steel. So, but yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by only 87 yards. We need to see him get going.
On the other side of the ball, the Benton defense versus Catholic offense matchup. Panthers have surrendered 270 a game rushing in the first 2 games. Of course, that Southwest offense, very run-focused out of the triple option flex bone. 159 passing for 429 total. Catholic, meanwhile, has only rushed for 25 a game through the first 2 games. They've thrown for nearly 300 at 294. So we expect to see a very pass-happy Catholic Rocket offense tonight. And I will tell you, Dio, one of the things I'm going to look for, Benton has surrendered 9 touchdowns this year. 6 of those have been on plays of 50 yards or more. It's the big play that's bitten the Panther defense so far.
Well, we saw that last week against Southwest. They had several big plays. Otherwise, we kind of had their offense smothered. But they scored a couple of touchdowns on big plays. And really, that is not typical of the PDC defense. It's always been more of a bend, don't break. But we haven't seen that. And I think that really starts with, the inexperience we've got on our defensive line, because if they aren't able to, to get blockers off of that second level, our linebackers aren't free to come in and make plays.
Panthers gave up a 62-yard and a 61-yard touchdown run last week to the Southwest Gryphons. The fans are filling the bleachers up across the way, and so we are getting closer to kickoff. In fact, the time on the clock is at 19:32, and as the bands, the cheerleaders, and the fans begin to refill the east side bleachers of War Memorial Stadium. This week in Benton Panthers sports, take you back to last Saturday in cross country, the Bob Gravitt Invitational at Ouachita Baptist University. The boys and girls cross country teams both finished in third place. Samuel Morales set a Benton High School record with a time of 16 minutes, 19.4 seconds. A personal best, a school record. Congratulations to Samuel Morales. Abigail McElhaney led the Benton High School girls with a time of 21 minutes, 26.2 seconds. And Benton cross-country teams will run tomorrow morning at a great place, the Bison Invitational in Searcy.
That ought to be great weather again with this storm coming through. I'm sure it's going to bring a cool down, so ought to be great weather again. And now tell me, Jim, what is the distance? Are they running a 5K? Is that 5,000 meters?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I believe that is correct.
3.1 miles.
Yes.
So 16 minutes is pretty quick.
Outstanding.
Outstanding. Yeah, that's outstanding.
7th grade at Conway, 7th grade Panther football on Monday night. 7th grade won one game 16-0 and lost one 12-8. Volleyball, a couple of sweeps this week for Coach Shoup's ladies over Jacksonville and Little Rock Parkview. Golf at the Long Hills Invitational. The boys finished first, the girls third. Maddox Davis led the boys with a 4/76, while Finley Van Hook led the girls with a 104. Tennis swept Whitehall this week, 8-0. And in junior high football last night at Cabot North, the 8th graders won 44-13. And the freshmen, let me tell you, the PDC freshmen, negative 23 yards of total offense for Cabot North in a 35-0 shutout.
And that's not like the Cabot North that I remember. When these seniors were 9th graders, Cabot North was a team that came in and beat the dog out of us. It was Cabot South that we beat.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Let me tell you something. It was as dominating a defensive performance last night by a team as you'll ever see.
I talked to Rob Pepper about that today, and he was pretty proud of Jay Thomas. I think Jay Thomas had a block punt and a sack fumble, caused fumble. So that's pretty good. He's that linebacker position, so pretty proud of that 9th grade group. I'm excited about them.
Yeah, and they'll be at home next Thursday against Lake Hamilton. You need to get out to Everett Field and get a look at this Benton Junior High, both teams undefeated. Last week in the 6A West, of course, the Panthers defeated Little Rock Southwest 63-19. Fort Smith Northside returned an interception late in the game to seal a win over Greenwood 29-20. Russellville defeated Fort Smith Southside 48-27. Little Rock Parkview won a squeaker over Whitehall right here at War Memorial Stadium 13-10. Van Buren defeated Rogers Heritage 35-13. Nettleton knocked off Mountain Home 28-21. Harrison defeated Siloam Springs 35-31, and Lake Hamilton beat Malvern 35-12. This week in the conference, it actually started last night in the River Valley with Valonia defeating Russellville 40-28. That was a good ball game. Russellville 5 turnovers, 2 inside the 10-yard line going in. Really victimized Russellville. They fall short by 12 points to Valonia. That's a Russellville team that will be in Benton to open conference play next Friday night. Little Rock Parkview tonight is at Pine Bluff. Hot Springs is at Lake Hamilton. Pea Ridge is at Siloam Springs, and Mountain Home is at Batesville. Van Buren and Greenwood are both open, and we'll have to keep an eye on how the weather impacts these other games across the conference. Last week in Saline County, Newport defeated Bauxite 18-13. Center Point defeated Harmony Grove 41-20, and Glen Rose pummeled Magnet Cove 53-7. The Brown Hornets were open last Friday. Tonight in Saline County, and this first one's not in Saline County. It's not even in Arkansas. The Brown Hornets have crossed the Texas state line and are playing the Longview Lobos down in Texas. And I'll tell you how awesome is our crew that Matt Johnson and Mason Woolbright are producing that game from this stadium. They're running 2 broadcasts right here at War Memorial tonight. So Hornets and Longview down there in Longview, Texas. Harmony Grove is at Glen Rose in a shootout for South Saline County, and Bauxite is open tonight. We are going to step aside and take a commercial break as they play the national anthem here at War Memorial Stadium. We're getting closer to kickoff. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
You ready for this? Home field advantage is such a huge deal in football, and I think it's a huge deal in the mortgage world too. That's why we're a local company. We have in-house processing and underwriting, and that enables me to make sure that my customers have a great experience from kickoff to the closing table. That's just what we want to do, is give them a great experience.
With Cornerstone Home Lending, you'll always have the home field advantage. Text DIO to 36260 to get started today.
It's Friday, so Panther fans are thinking about our friends over at Riverside Grocery. Everyone knows about their catering that's good as grandma's, but their breakfast and lunch are becoming a Saline County tradition. Deer season's just around the corner, and Riverside's also your headquarters for feed and game processing. So whether you're gassing up or grabbing those essential tailgating supplies, Riverside Grocery has everything you need. Drop by Riverside and start your weekend right.
Elliott Electrical is a proud supporter of Benton Panther football. For over 35 years, Elliott Electrical has been providing reliable, efficient, high-quality electric service to Saline County and Central Arkansas. From lighting design and planning to street and parking lot installation, Elliott Electrical has all the lighting services to keep your home and businesses illuminated. For a free estimate for all your electrical needs, contact Elliott Electrical today at 501-315-7539.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, we know banking isn't always top of mind. You've got other things to focus on, like getting the kids to soccer practice or mowing the lawn or grocery shopping. But our products and services are designed to fit your schedule and needs. From online and mobile banking to convenient hours and locations, Farmers Bank and Trust is easy banking for busy living. To learn more, stop by your local branch today or visit myfarmers.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Our world has changed a lot in a short time. Your health and safety remain our #1 priority. We have the supplies needed and processes in place to keep you safe. We've implemented visitor restrictions, and we are reducing physical contact as much as possible. Patients and employees are required to wear masks for your protection and theirs, and your care team is screened daily. So don't wait to get the care you need. We're here for you today and always.
So you know how in the fourth quarter of a football game, when the game's on the line, it actually gets kind of stressful, and that's not how a home loan process should be. When you're a week away from closing, which is the fourth quarter, you shouldn't have stress, and that's what at Cornerstone we want to take away. We want that to be a stress-free experience for you. We want it to be that blowout victory.
Text DIO to 36260 to get started on the home mortgage process today.
Welcome back to the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show. We are 11 minutes away from kickoff, and what has been, it's going to turn out to be a briefly delayed start to this one tonight, Dio, between the Benton Panthers and Catholic Rockets at War Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, I'm glad that it's not 30 minutes from now that we've got to wait for some football. On the scoreboard, they're only showing about 10 minutes away, so that is a great thing for us, I can tell you that.
Yeah, Panther inflatable is up and ready to go in the south end zone. One of the unique things about this game tonight is both fans sitting opposite the press box over on the east side of the stadium. The Rocket fans and a really big student section of Catholic supporters on the north side of the 50-yard line. The Panthers, the band, the cheerleaders, pep steppers on the south side of the 50-yard line. Nobody sitting over here around us.
Not a soul.
So a unique environment here at War Memorial Stadium, nothing like a Salt Bowl environment for sure. As we get to our picks to click tonight, Matt Johnson, Mason Woolbright, and our crew are going with Cameron Harris and Bo Wright, a couple of senior leaders, one on offense, one on defense, as their picks to click. Dio, your turn.
Well, I went with Strand Smith. Like I said, I felt like this was, and this was a game that I could have very easily picked a running back, but I feel like Strand's going to have a big night tonight. I think that, he's really picking up. Last week was really good for him to really get into a good flow with this offense, so I'm expecting him to have a big night. Kane Simmons has been solid all year, but we just haven't really seen that kind of like that wow game. I'm expecting to see that game out of Kane tonight.
Yeah, Kane with 20 tackles to lead the defense coming in, 2 tackles for loss, but no interceptions, no fumble recoveries, no sacks. I mean
10 tackles a game, that's just average for Kane.
Yeah, it's just average for Kane.
Like, that's not like
yeah.
I expect to see some decleating hits and him running the alleys, but we haven't seen that, quite like we have in years past. So I'm ready to see that get started. He's just had a very workmanlike 10 tackles a game.
Big, good pick. He had 14 last year against Catholic. So see if history can repeat itself and more. The number one fan of the Benton Panthers, Freddie Reinhardt, is going with Andre Lane tonight, the senior wide receiver. And if Catholic's going to throw it a lot, Freddie thinks Hunter Goodwin, the defensive end for the Panthers, might get a sack or 3. So he's going with the junior defensive end, Hunter Goodwin, as his picks to click. Dio, give us a couple of keys to victory tonight.
Well, it's going to be kind of boring. Win the line of scrimmage. That's the key on both offense and defense. We've talked about this already. Defense has got to win the battle at the line of scrimmage so that the linebackers in the secondary can do their job. They need to get some pressure on this quarterback so that he has to get rid of the ball before he's ready to. And then on the offensive side of the ball, everything is going to be predicated off our offensive line play. If they can't protect our quarterback and they can't open holes for our running back, we're going to be in for another long night. So we have to win the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
Boy, you look down there, the Panther captains coming out toward midfield. You got Connor Jewell, who was in our senior spotlight last Tuesday night at Pasta J's, Christian Evans, and then the 2 guys who connected on the biggest collision of the night last week, Dio, Eli Contorno and Andrew Armstrong.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're still friends after that, but it's good to see they're walking side by side. They're not. I like Eli Contorno. He's got his head wrap on. He looks like he's all business. Maybe he'll take some of that aggression out on the team wearing the other color jersey tonight.
Yeah, after Andrew recovered that fumble on a kickoff last week, they met for a high-five celebration, and Eli just plunked Andrew to the turf last Friday night. Hey, City of Benton hosted the final third Thursday of 2021 last night. Dio, you said you were there and really enjoyed yourself downtown.
Oh, man, if you haven't gone to a third Thursday, which now you're going to have to wait a little while because that was the last one, but, now that we moved downtown, it was just a short walk. We put the grandson in the stroller, and we headed down and listened to Just Saying, played some hits from the, I don't know, I think they played hits from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, but Chris Thomas and that crew really rocked out, so that was a good time and lots of good food. Talk about the food. I could make myself sick with all the food there. It was amazing.
Speaking of food, the farmers market's open in the morning from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. You can go down there and sample a little bit of what is available. Now, Monday night at 6 o'clock, the dedication of the new Miracle League field will take place at Tyndall Park. And I was down there last Monday night. The new Miracle League in Benton is unbelievable.
I saw them working on it.
Yeah, they've got it finished. They've played several games. They're going to have the final game of the fall or the summer season until next spring, and they're going to dedicate the field Monday night at 6 o'clock at Tyndall Park. And it is going to be a very, very special night. If you haven't seen a Miracle League game, you want to see something that will touch you deeply and inspire you greatly. I want to invite you out to the Miracle League dedication Monday night at 6.
Well, I know that the Benton cheerleaders have participated. They used to have to go to the Miracle League here in was it North Little Rock?
In Little Rock.
Little Rock. And but every time my daughter came back from that, she had been touched, and it was inspiring. So it is something to see. We'll be there Monday night at 6 and hope to see you guys all out there.
That's a great, great addition of the Benton Parks and Rec Department. So love to see just a great, great turnout Monday night at 6 down at Tyndall Park. It's 72 degrees as the teams get ready to come onto the field. That rain has cooled it down. Still a little humidity in the air, a little muggy, but the flag that really picked up and blew strongly out of the northeast when the rain came through is now lying limp on the flag at the north end of the stadium. It's kind of a standoff here, Dio, to see which team's going to come out onto the field first. Now the smoke in the south tunnel, and here come your Benton Panthers through the smoke provided by Independent Fire Extinguisher Sales and Service, located at 515 Bird Street in Benton. You can call them at 778-4197 for all your fire extinguisher needs. The Catholic Rockets now enter the field from the north end zone. They are dressed in gold helmets, gold pants, and purple jerseys with white numbers. Benton with some slick new road uniforms that they are sporting tonight. The white pants, white tops, maroon and gray striping on the shoulders, maroon numerals, maroon helmets with that motion B on one side and the Fighting Panther head on the other side. And Dio, we've had to wait a little extra longer, but man, the atmosphere picking up, the band's playing. It's time for Friday night football.
It feels like a Friday night high school football atmosphere out here right now. The fire extinguisher smoke is still drifting off the field because of the humidity. That got me fired up watching those boys run out of the tunnel, and I don't think they're worried about the 2 minutes and 45 seconds showing on that scoreboard left before kickoff. They're ready to take the field now.
Panthers chomping at the bit to get this first quarter started. The first quarter will be brought to you tonight by Sanders Ground Essentials. I got my notification in the email this afternoon that the Sanders guys were going to be coming to my house next week to get that fall pre-emergent treatment on the ground. So
I need to get mine too. I was just looking at the weeds in my yard. Need to get them out there.
So Sanders Ground Essentials, Kyle and Kent and crew for all of your ground fertilizing lawn needs. Catholic is going to kick off, and they will defend the south end zone. Benton will move left to right to open the ball game as Jed Stracely's kickoff is going to be fielded at the 5-yard line. Chris Bernard on the return has running room over the 30 to the 35, and Benton will set up shop right there. First down and 10 to open the ball game tonight. Panthers will be led on the field by senior quarterback Strand Smith. He'll have Casey Johnson in the backfield with him. The offensive line, 4 juniors and a senior. The tackles, Walker Davis and the lone senior, Christian Evans. The guards, Elijah Harris and Connor Morgan. The center is Carter Sanders. The receivers are Cameron Harris, Andre Lane, Donovan Pearson. And the attached tight end on the first play is Drake Womack. First down give to Casey Johnson. Running room over the 40. Casey began to run horizontal and is going to be tackled at the 41 after a gain of 6 at second down and 4.
Yeah, Catholic is begging for us to throw the deep ball. They're playing man coverage with the single free safety over the top. Casey Johnson had a good run started, but he needs to keep going that north and south and not turn towards the press box for sure.
Going to run north and south this time. Good little move in the hole as Casey picks up 8 yards to the 49, and that is a Benton Fighting Panther first down.
Yeah, that's what we need to see out of Casey Johnson. 1 or 2 quick moves, but keep your feet going north and south. There's no reason to, there's no reason to try to turn sideways. Let's just get upfield, put your helmet down, and drive for some yards.
Saw Catholic run a 3-man front against Jonesboro, 4-man front against Nolan Catholic. They're in a 4 front here on the opening possession. That should third give to Casey Johnson out of 3 plays, and Casey is into Catholic territory to the 46-yard line, a gain of 5. Dio, we talked about getting Casey going, and he's gotten going right here. 3 carries to open the ball game.
Yeah, and he's having to be tackled. I mean, the free safety's having to come up and help, 5-6 yards downfield to make that tackle. So they're getting through that first level. Offensive line doing a great job of making a hole, that initial hole.
2nd down and 5, Benton at the Catholic 46-yard line. First pass is a screen to Casey Johnson. Running room over the 35. He is tripped up by Frank Hobbs at the 33, and that'll move the chains 13 yards and a Benton first down.
Boy, I thought he was gone. I thought he was off to the races, and then Frank Hobbs just rose up and took him right down. And boy, Catholic had an outside blitz coming. They had a really weird formation. It was almost like a modified 2-man front. They had their ends split way wide and coming from the outside. Took advantage of that.
Brandon Johnson in at running back on this play, and it's a quick strike to Donovan Pearson, who makes the catch at the 29-yard line, a pickup of 4, and it'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Panthers.
Yeah, it was a good job by Strand Smith, and that's a hard pass to get out that quick, especially after you fake the handoff. Kind of did a little sidearm motion, modified his throwing motion to get it in there. It kind of had to fit it in a tight spot.
2nd down and 6. Strand pumps. Strand throws. Has Cameron Harris. Touchdown! Touchdown, Benton Panthers. Strand Smith to Cameron Harris for 29 yards, and the Panthers strike on the game's opening possession with 9:27 to go in the first quarter. It's Benton 6, Catholic nothing.
Yeah, Cameron Harris made that look easy. Now, it didn't hurt him that the cornerback fell down in front of him, but that was a pretty athletic move. You saw there on the replay, Cam jumped over the cornerback that would have probably tripped him up and was still able to concentrate and bring the ball down.
Lucas Wilbur's extra point is good. 9:27 to go in the first quarter. Benton leads at 7-0. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network. CTS Services is a Benton-owned company that specializes in industrial cleaning, waste disposal, and COVID-19 disinfection. CTS is a strong, secure company looking to add team members interested in a good career. CDL and non-CDL positions are available with competitive wages, IRA with a 3% company match, and health and life insurance benefits. For job, information, or cleaning services, give CTS a call at 501-778-4535. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start, Dio. 6 plays, 65 yards in 2 minutes, 33 seconds, and it was capped off by Strand Smith. 29 yards to Cameron Harris for the touchdown.
Yeah, and set up by the ground game. Establish the run game, force Catholic to kind of change their formation. You notice they came out, they had the one high safety, and they were in press man coverage. But that really loosened them up. You notice their defense shifted. They shifted back into that zone coverage when we started running the ball effectively. That's the kind of thing we're going to have to do tonight to keep them on, keep them on their heels.
Lucas Wilbur to kickoff. Joseph Smith, Fortner Tiffey, and Cole Pace deep for Catholic. And it is going to come down to Pace at the 10-yard line. He's over the 20. He's over the 25. And he runs into Andrew Armstrong at the 26-yard line. And that's where we're going to get our first look at the Catholic offense tonight, led out onto the field by Preston Scott, a 6'2", 180-pound senior. He was thrown for 473 yards for the Rockets, 3 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, though a 2-to-1 ratio, interception to touchdown for Scott in the first 2 games of the season for Catholic. They come out in a 2-by-2 receiver set. Scott is going to throw. Catch made by Tiffey in the flat, and he is going to be to the 35-yard line. A gain of 9 before he's run out of bounds by Jaden Collinette.
Well, good to see Pervarius Perkins back. I know he was out last week. Jack Woolbright did a great job filling in for him. But, with this passing team, it's good to have the experience out there.
Second down and 1. They give it to Joseph Smith, and he's going to have a first down. Kane Simmons on the tackle at the 43-yard line, but that'll move the chains. First down, Smith, just 5'6", 140 pounds. It's the first down for Catholic on an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, that is one slight running back.
He's going to line up to the left. Quarterback Preston Scott, and it is going to be a minimal gain of just 2 yards for Smith. Let's set the Benton defensive starters. Hunter Goodwin, Connor Jewell, and Peyton McNeely are the front three. Linebackers are Zane Manchek, Jake Jones, Bo Wright. The spur is Andrew Armstrong. The corners are Jaden Collinet and Prevarius Perkins. The bandit is Kane Simmons. And the free safety is Patrick Shipp. Second down and 8 for the Rockets at the 45. Snap back to Scott. He's throwing deep. Prevarius Perkins, the Benton cornerback, was the nearest to the football as it falls incomplete at the Benton 20-yard line, and it'll be 3rd and 8.
Well, it looks like Patrick Shipp's been replaced by Chris Bernard out there. And I don't see Andrew Armstrong out there. Patrick Shipp is out there in lined up as a spur. Looks like Chris Bernard is playing free safety, actually.
And Bernard, it's a good catch, Dio. Bernard with 8 tackles in the Salt Bowl. A very talented sophomore on 3rd down and 8. Scott pressured, hit as he throws, and he throws wide of his intended receiver, Connor Pruss. Again, Prevarius Perkins in coverage for the Panthers. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 8 for Catholic, and they're going to send on the punt team.
And that right there, that the last 2 throws were off because of the defensive line play and the linebackers on the blitz, putting pressure on the quarterback, forcing him to get rid of the ball before he could really get his feet set.
Grant Hodge will punt it away. Kane Simmons back to return for the Panthers. An end-over-end punt that Kane calls a fair catch at the 22. And that's where we'll get our second look at the Benton offense tonight. First down and 10 at their own 22-yard line. Dio, that first drive, 3 runs by Casey Johnson, followed by 3 completions by Strand Smith to 3 different receivers. See if the Panthers can repeat it here on their second drive.
I mean, that's pretty balanced. They got now. We got the second back of the Johnson and Johnson duo in there now. So let's see what the coach has got dialed up. We're going to start with the run game. We're going to start with the pass game.
8:12 to go in the first quarter. Benton leads it 7-0 as they take over first down and 10 at their own 22. Panthers move left to right here in the first quarter. Give it off to Brandon Johnson. Running room in the open field at midfield to the Catholic 40. He's going to be tackled from behind by the Catholic safety. That's Cole McConnell on the tackle, but they're going to give Brandon Johnson the Catholic 30-yard line, and it is a Benton first down.
Well, that answers that question of what they're going to do. We got a flag on the play?
As the linesman on the Benton sideline came over, visited with a white hat, now a convention of officials at the 30-yard line, and now we're going to get a signal. Not a sideline warning, a sideline interference, Dio, against the Panthers. Wow.
Sideline interference with contact. What does that mean? Did one of our...
That means somebody on our sideline was in the way.
Apparently so. So an official... We have the head honcho up here, straight from New York, the retired NFL referee coming in live from New York. He's telling us that means the official ran into one of our coaches.
So that'll result in a 15-yard mark-off, moves the ball back to the 45. It was a 48-yard gain, and after the penalty, it's a net of 33. First and 10 Panthers at the Catholic 45. Strand looking deep. Strand airing it out for Cam Harris, who leaped high, and it was overthrown near the goal line. Incomplete. It'll be second down and 10, and another penalty. As a yellow flag lies right at midfield.
You know, that was a play right there where I would like to see Strand Smith, instead of trying to fit it in there, he had double coverage. That was good coverage on Cam. Instead of trying to fit that in there, it kind of opened up. I'd like to see him. He's athletic. I'd like to see him step up into that pocket right there and just take off, you know. But throwing into the double coverage right there, that's a tough throw.
Pace and McConnell were in coverage for the Catholic secondary.
We still haven't gotten a signal. They're really talking about it tonight.
Yeah, you know, you'd think after a 20-minute delay to get started that they'd hurry up with the officials' conventions. They are huddled up at the 50-yard line. Panthers are at the 45. They're ready to get going. Catholics lined up ready to play football.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the offense. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense. Both penalties are enforced. It'll be second down.
So offsetting penalties of 15 yards, personal foul against each team. And after all that, we get second down and 10. Panthers at the Catholic 45-yard line. Quick snap back to Strand Smith. Swings it out to Casey Johnson. Gets a great block by Andre Lane on the edge. Casey pulling a Catholic defender to the 30-yard line, and that'll be a 15-yard gain and a Benton first down.
I feel like Casey might have been listening to us when we said we needed to see a little bit of the Casey from 2 years ago, because that's more of what I expected to see him running with that kind of level of toughness. And, I mean, almost got tackled by Andre Lane after the block, but was able to get off of the Lane tackle. Another flag?
Well, we had a Catholic guy coming from the Benton sideline. That's Ross McGinn coming to the Catholic sideline now. McGinn, the lone returning starter on the Catholic defense from a year ago. After all that, it's 1st and 10 Benton at the Catholic 30. Smith on the keep. Smith with running room to the 22-yard line. Strand Smith picks up 8 on the quarterback keeper, and it'll be second down and 2 Panthers.
Hey, anytime you can get 9 yards on that, that's a great play. Benton plays their best football from second and third and short. Gives us our whole playbook.
Second and 2. Strand Smith loses the handle as he was going to try to get the screen pass to the left. Ball fell out of his hands. And
well, I don't
been able to recover it. They didn't call it an incompletion, Dio. They called it a fumble,
which kind of surprises me. It looked to me like he saw the defender. We'll see on the replay that no, he did, but I really think that he saw that defender coming up and thought, uh-oh, that guy's about to pick it off, and tried to kind of stop himself, but couldn't keep hold of the ball.
Very fortunate that Adam Zimmer, Catholic defensive tackle, didn't recover that. Strand able to get it back, sets up a 3rd and 4 Panthers. The Catholic 24 give it off to Brandon Johnson, and Brandon is hit by William Steger, the big 6-foot, 250-pound defensive tackle, for a loss back to the 26-yard line, and it'll make it 4th and 6 Panthers.
Well, good stand by the Catholic defense there. It helped along by the play, which I do agree it was a fumble, but I think it was, I don't want to say a purposeful fumble, but I know he was trying to not throw the ball once he saw that defender.
4th and 6, an empty backfield, 5 receivers set. Smith takes the snap, throws, catch by Pearson, breaks a tackle and gets the first down.
Wow.
He was able to break out of the tackle short of the first down of William Bunda, and that was a dedication play, determination play by Donovan Pearson to get the first down to the 19.
Yeah, you see why he's such a dangerous back. I mean, he had him at the out of bounds, but before the first down marker, and was able to still get out.
Strand, pump fake, hits Cameron Harris inside the 10, and Benton's going to have it 1st and goal as they mark Cam out at the 7, a gain of 12.
Great play by Cameron Harris right there, stopping, letting the first defender go through, but good pitch and catch.
5:31 to go in the first quarter. Benton leads 7-0 and threatening at the Catholic 7-yard line. Brandon Johnson gets the carry, And he is going to be hit in the backfield, struggle to try to get back to the line of scrimmage as William Stager is going to tackle him for a loss of 1 back to the 8-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal, Panthers at the 8.
Well, Catholic's made a little bit of adjustment on their alignment. They're still in that 4-man front, but the holes that we were opening up earlier are not open now.
2nd down and goal. Pitch to Brandon Johnson. Hitting the backfield. Breaks a tackle. Brandon in the end zone. Andre Lane helping block on the outside. Brandon Johnson scores on an 8-yard run, and it is 13-0 Panthers.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, that was a fantastic play by Benton. If you notice from our angle up here, there were white jerseys kind of creating an alley the entire way through for Brandon Johnson. That was a fantastic play, well blocked by the offense.
So we've got a Rocket injured.
He got ran over by the Brandon Johnson bus.
Yeah.
Hope he's all right.
Cole Eichler, the cornerback for Catholic. Coach John Fogelman and training staff out to check on Cole Eichler, a 6 foot, 170-pound junior. 4:56 to go in the first quarter, and Benton has taken a 2-score lead as Cole Eichler is attended to in the end zone. They're not new to Saline County, but they are new to Benton. Merchants and Farmers Bank will be opening a new branch in downtown Benton very soon, and it will be located at 300 North Main Street across from the courthouse. You can find out more about Merchants and Farmers Bank by going to mfbanknet.com.
Wait, mfbanknet.com.
Yes.
Okay.
Merchants and Farmers Bank.
Net.com. That's what threw me.
Yes. Yes.
I just wanted to make sure, because when you said net, I thought that was it, and then you said .com, and so just clarifying. I'm gonna have to type that in on my Google machine.
Lucas Wilbur's extra point is good. Yeah, I typed it in on my Google machine just to make sure after you.
Okay, hey,
we got it right.
We got it clarified. That was some extra advertising for Merchants and Farmers as we clarified that website for everybody.
Thanks to Dio's skepticism. 10-play, 78-yard touchdown drive for the Panthers. Benton leads at 14-0 with 4:56 to go in the first quarter. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett, inviting you to come see us at Everett Buick GMC and discover the Everett difference. But what is that difference? It's outstanding customer service, the largest Buick GMC inventory in Arkansas, a state-of-the-art facility, and an outstanding team of professionals who put your needs first. From sales to service to financing, the difference shows in everything we do every day. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
Tony Linehan of the Saline Cougar lets us know that was a 10-play, 78-yard drive that took 3 minutes, 16 seconds to propel the Panthers to a 14-0 lead as Lucas Wilbur's kickoff is fielded and returned over the 30-yard line. Boy, has a good tackle on special teams down for the Panthers. Bentley Stamper on the tackle, and Catholic will have it 1st down and 10 at their own 32-yard line. The Panther offense, I don't think you could ask for a better start than those two possessions.
No, they've really been clicking, both run game and pass game, doing a great job. Offensive line doing a fantastic job opening holes. We saw Catholic kind of mount a little bit of a defense, but the passing game able to get them out of it.
Catholic goes to a 2-back set here on their second possession. They give it to Joseph Smith, and he is going to be tripped up by Kane Simmons at the 38-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Rockets.
Well, there's the Kane Simmons we know, but I'm ready for the decleater.
Goodwin, Jewell, and McNeely, the Panther front three, dig in on this 2nd down and 4 for the Rockets. Snap back to Preston Scott. Looks, throws short underneath. Catch is made
Thank you.
Right on cue, Dio, as Kane Simmons just pummeled Luke Driver after the catch.
Well, I'm telling you, I don't know if they're listening to our broadcast as they play or not, but Kane gave a nice little decleater right there. That's the Kane Simmons I've been expecting to see all year.
First down and 10 Catholic at their own 46-yard line. There's 2 men in the backfield. Give it off to Joseph Smith and the diminutive little Catholic running back.
I mean, listen.
Bouncing off tackles, Dio.
We missed 6 or 7 tackles, but he still only got 2 yards out of that deal.
Yes.
So we strung that along very good, but that's some nifty little running, and maybe his size is his advantage because we can't really see him.
5'6", 140.
I mean, coming through the line with those big bodies, I literally mean that. I mean, he may be difficult to pick up for some of these guys, especially if they're, last week we saw those big rangy running backs.
Smith to the sideline. Keaton checks in his place, and there's a pass from Preston Scott. What a beautifully thrown ball that Connor Pruss catches at the Benton 35-yard line, and it'll be first down Catholic in Benton territory.
Yeah, that wasn't meant to be that back shoulder throw, but the receiver did a fantastic job of stopping and coming back to the ball and securing it. Big play for the Catholic Rockets.
17 yards, first down and 10 at the Panther 35-yard line. As Keaton fumbles to the handoff, and the Panthers are on it. Benton has recovered the fumble, and it's the sophomore Peyton McNeely that comes up with it.
Good for Peyton McNeely. Just a mishandled handoff. The quarterback actually put the ball a little bit past his running back, and just running back couldn't get a handle on it. And the defense right there, I knew we were coming up with that one. We had 4 white jerseys around the ball, and they didn't have a single purple one.
So they make the substitution, take Smith out, put Keaton in. The first handoff attempt to him goes awry, and Peyton McNeely, Johnny on the spot for the Benton defense. It's first down Panthers at the 36-yard line following the recovered fumble. 3:24 to go in the first quarter. Benton leads at 14-0, and Casey Johnson rips off yardage into Catholic territory all the way down to the 36-yard line. Casey Johnson with a 28-yard run on first down.
There's that Eric Dickerson running like, just the one cut, keeping his feet, not trying to make a bunch of moves, not running west and east. He's running north and south, getting the ball downfield.
Casey with 47 yards rushing on 4 carries in this first quarter.
Telling you, they're pumping this broadcast into the locker room pre-game. They're hearing what we're saying about him. It's their bulletin board material.
There you go. First down and 10 at the Rocket 36. Smith throws. That ball flected up into the air, and Benton avoided disaster there as it was almost picked off by Cole Mock. The Rockets.
That was a great read by Strand, though. He was reading that outside overhang defender, and Pearson was wide open. That linebacker bit. Pearson would have been wide open if it weren't for the defensive end getting his paw up there and knocking the ball up in the air.
Cole Mock in for the injured Cole Eichler at the near side cornerback. Panthers with a pitch to Casey Johnson. Casey to the 20-yard line before he steps out of bounds. That's another 16 yards for Casey on the ground, and a Benton first down in the red zone. Casey with 44 yards rushing on this drive for the Benton offense.
Yeah, I knew I should have picked Casey. I knew he was due. Well, anyway, good for him.
Pump fake, wide open. Donovan Pearson, touchdown Panthers in the end zone for the 3rd time in the first quarter. They've scored as many times as matches Donovan's jersey number, and the Panthers now lead at 20-0 with 2:37 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, great route, great call, and great throw. That's one of those. That's that number 2 ball that you're just trying to throw, which is one of the hardest balls to throw in football because it's not a deep ball and it's not a rocket shot. You got to elevate it over the linebackers, but fit it in there. Strand Smith did a fantastic job.
Lucas Wilbur's extra point is good. 4 plays, 64 yards. The Panthers scored again. with 2:37 to go in the first quarter to lead it 21-0 tonight over Catholic. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Family and community go hand in hand. That's why ACDI proudly calls downtown Benton our home and why we are excited to be a part of this community. Hi, I'm Josh Lane, the team captain at ACDI. My teammates understand the importance of serving in the community, and at ACDI, we'll always make that a priority. We are proud sponsors of the Benton Panther football team and thankful to share our family with this great hometown. Go Panthers!
That delay to start this ball game due to the weather has done nothing but pump up the Panthers tonight. 21-0. We've still got 2:37 to go in the first quarter.
It feels like the longest first quarter in history, but I know that's because we've been up here broadcasting for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes longer than normal. So, but yeah, good job on the defense getting the turnover, which led to those extra points.
Lucas Wilbur's kickoff is going to be fielded at the 5-yard line. Fortner Tiffy is going to return it to the 21-yard line. Bentley Stamper down there again on special teams with the stop.
And he's making that tackle. He's coming in from behind, so he's getting in there, and he's coming around the end as the return man kind of slows down, and he's been able to be the Johnny on the spot.
I would say Bentley Stamper is in the lead out of the gate for Special Teams Player of the Week.
Yeah.
We'll recognize the winner of that award at Panther Live at Pasta J's on Tuesday night at 6:30. You want to come out and join us. First down give to Joseph Smith, and the Panthers gobble him up in the backfield at the 19-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 2 on a first down run, 2nd and 12 Rockets.
Yeah, and they had Kane Simmons on a blitz right there. He was coming, and he came to exactly the right spot because he met the running back in the backfield, and there was no chance for the running back.
2nd down and 12 Catholic following the loss of 2. 3 receivers to the far side, single receiver near side. Scott rolling to the far side, throwing on the run. Wide of Fortner Tiffy, incomplete. Jaden Collinet in coverage for Benton, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 12.
I will say this: their quarterback has quite the arm. Preston Scott. I mean, that was a rocket shot right there. Speaking of Catholic rockets.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, John Fogelman, their head coach in Hooten's Arkansas Football Magazine, says he's got a college caliber arm. He just didn't have any college video because he's played receiver until this his senior year. 3rd down and 12, snap back to Scott. He throws high, incomplete, again intended for Tiffy. Collinet heading covered like a blanket at the 24, and Catholic will send on the punt team on 4th and 12.
Boy, Benton just dominating in all aspects of the game so far tonight. Really, Catholic really just not able to get anything going. Credit the defensive line again on that for putting pressure on the quarterback. You can tell when he's not able to get his feet set because he's throwing off. That ball was high. That's just a sure sign he wasn't able to get his feet set and step into his throw.
Grant Hodges' punt fielded by Kane Simmons, falling to the turf at the Benton 49-yard line. So it's a 31-yard punt, no return. With 1:42 to go in the first quarter, Dio, Benton up 21-0 and has the football in great field position.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see what Coach Ray's going to do. I mean, up 21-0, this is kind of an opportunity to maybe test out some things and try some things you've been working on in practice.
First down and 10 Panthers at their own 49-yard line. The Panther offense has been efficient. There have been big plays. Big 4th down conversion on their 2nd touchdown drive. Now they come to the line of scrimmage. Carter Sanders will snap it to Strand Smith, who fakes to Brandon Johnson. Looking, Strand dropped the football as he tried to roll out of the pocket and falls on it back at the 45-yard line. So after the accolades, the Panthers lose 4 yards back to the 45 and will face a 2nd down and 14.
Well, there's some of that trying out something that they maybe have been working on in practice and didn't work out so well. Because that was a play I don't know that I've seen them run that before. Well, at least I haven't seen them run it unsuccessfully. Let's say that.
Pearson and Harris split wide right. Lane and Womack wide left. Brandon Johnson in the sidecar to Strand Smith's right. Penalty marker blows the play dead, and a false start coming up against the Panthers will back them up 5. And Wadeo, after 3 flawless possessions, the Panthers shooting themselves in the foot on this 4th possession of the first quarter.
Yeah, but you know what? We need a little adversities. Let's see what the Benton Panthers are made of here. We're going to have a 2nd and 20. Kind of gave away the screenplay there, so I don't know that we're going to try to run that again, but Strand Smith's got the arm. The playbook is open here. Coach Ray can do what he – I always like the theory of trying to get some back so you're not facing 3rd and 20 or 3rd and 10 even.
Going to run the reverse to Andre Lane. Andre looks like he's wanting to throw. He is hit in the backfield, and it is going to go for a big loss all the way back to the 31-yard line. Looked, Dio, like they were trying to set up the reverse pass, and the Catholic defense read it well.
Boy, I am impressed that that one Catholic Rocket was able to make that play. Jonathan Dean, a junior, 6'2", 190 guy, able to run down Andre Lane. Really just surprised he was able to do that. Great play by the defense.
Dean came in with 5 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. He's got a 2nd tackle for loss after that one as the first quarter clock has expired. Boy, it was a good quarter for the Benton Panthers. After 1 quarter tonight at War Memorial Stadium, it's the Benton Panthers 21 and the Catholic Rockets 0. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Allied Glass is a full-service glass shop located in historic downtown Benton. Allied Glass is a 3rd-generation business and family-owned and operated since 1967. Mirrors, shower doors, commercial storefronts, tabletops, screens, plexiglass, and much more. For all your glass needs, call Allied Glass at 501-778-6244, located at 115 East Sevier in downtown Benton.
Any lasting structure begins with a good blueprint, and every good blueprint must be designed specifically for the people it serves. The Benton Event Center, Riverside Park, and the new Boys and Girls Club, all designed by the professional architects at Black, Corley, Owens, and Hughes. They understand the Benton community and are a major part of our economic success. Proud sponsors of Benton Panther football and valued partners for our community.
We open the second quarter. Benton has it 3rd down and 28 at their own 31-yard line. Donovan Pearson in motion. Strand Smith rolls, throws back to Brandon Johnson. Running room over the 40 at the 45, weaving across the field, and now is going to be upended at the 43-yard line by William Bunda, and Benton will have a 4th down, and will send on the punt team for the first time tonight.
Now, see, I'd rather seen that screen play on that 3rd down play or the 2nd down play when we were so far back instead of that big reverse. But, you know, it is what it is.
4th down and 16. Bo Wright on to punt, averages 35 yards a punt along of 45. 3 of his 6 punts have been downed inside the 20. As he punts toward the far sideline, that's going to go out of bounds right near the 20-yard line. The 21. The 20-yard line is sort of the divide statistically, Dio. You try to get it inside the 20, he nails it at the 21.
Yeah, and he did that last week as well, but that end-over-end kind of rugby-style punt really works out well. That was a pretty good punt.
36 yards on the punt, 0 on the return as it went out of bounds on the far sideline. Catholic has it with 11-12 to go in the first half. 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line. Benton leading 21-0.
Well, we got something going on out here.
I think we had a ball boy late getting off the field.
Maybe that's what that was.
Catholic student section whooping it up across the way.
Well, they have a pretty big student
They
section
do.
for a high school game. I'm impressed.
Catholic to the ground. Connor Jewell and Hunter Goodwin sandwich.
Golly.
Dominic Keaton right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
And that's exactly how those guys are supposed to play that. The defense read the flow, and they were coming down the line of scrimmage and met the running back right there, no gain on the play. That's excellent defensive line play.
I think you called him the fire plug last week. Connor Jewell, the senior nose man for the Panthers. On 2nd down and 10, Preston Scott throws, almost intercepted. As Zane Manchek went up high, went through his hands, incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, that one looked like a pass to Zane Manchek, and I think he was surprised by it, but he's upset with himself for just a second.
Panthers move Peyton McNeely to nose, bring in Ian Alvarez on this 3rd down and 10. Jake Jones, Bo Wright showing blitz. Here they come. Preston Scott has to throw, and he throws in a hurry. Joseph Smith couldn't haul it in. They had the screen set up, but Preston Scott having to throw under duress, incomplete. It's 4th and 10.
Yeah, Bo Wright just didn't give him any time to get that set up. He needed about another half second to be able to throw that, but Bo Wright was just too quick.
Well, it's a classic quarterback hurry right there. So 4th down, Grant Hodge on to punt again for the Rockets. Kane Simmons at the 45 to return for Benton. Hodge with a good high hang time punt that Kane Simmons will call a fair catch and make at the 48-yard line. And the Benton offense already out there ready to go again.
Well, after that last series, I know Coach Ray and Coach Harris both want to get this offense going again like they did in the first quarter. This is not like it was last year, but last year it seemed like we got up on Catholic and then just kind of let them come back, towards the end. We don't need to let off the gas pedal here.
So 1st down and 10, Benton at their own 48-yard lines. Benton moves right to left here in the 2nd quarter. Give to Casey Johnson, and Casey is into Rocket territory to the 46-yard line. Sam Sanders, the leading tackler for the Rockets, coming into the ball game, makes the tackle at the 46. It's a gain of 6, and it's 2nd and 4. Smith takes a snap, fakes, and throws. Catch made by Donovan Pearson at the Rocket 37-yard line. A gain of 9 and a Benton 1st down.
Great throw right there. That slant pass put it right on the numbers. That little play action handoff right there, which I think it's a read pass. I think it's an RPO play actually, but that the little handoff just kind of freezes that free safety, keeps that play open.
Smith fakes, Smith pumps, Smith looking for Pearson.
Woo.
He overthrows him into double coverage that time as Cole Pace and Christian Potts in coverage for the Rockets.
See, that's one of those where you come right back and you do it, but you've got to sell the fake. If you're the quarterback, you've got to sell the fake a little bit better than that. Free safety didn't bite on it, and that's why he was back there to defend.
2nd and 10, Panthers, twin receivers to each side, and Catholic is a little over anxious, jumps off sides, and that'll give Benton 5 free yards, move it to the Rocket 32.
Catholic coach is a little old school. One mistake, you're out of there. We got to come talk.
It looked like he knew it too.
He knew it.
Started to the sideline as before the flag hit the turf. They whistle the ball ready to play. 2nd down and 5. Quick pass out to Andre Lane. Andre's going to be near the 1st down marker at the 27-yard line.
Well, and I know Andre's the role on that is catch the ball, get north and south. Casey Johnson was coming out there to lay a block, and if Andre could have waited on it for just a little bit, maybe a millisecond, he would have been able to kind of break inside there. But great play, 1st down.
Give them 5. 1st down Panthers. Is Strand Smith going to keep? Boy, look at Strand running tough. Down to the 20. He lowered his head and lowered his shoulder and ran over a Catholic defender down to the 19, 8 yards on the Strand Smith keeper.
Yeah, that's a good run. I like that. You know, you got the +1 in the box, but you got to keep the defense honest because you got to let them run the ball every now and then.
Ball on the right hash mark, second down. Give it to Casey Johnson. Casey over the 10, tripped up at the 7-yard line, a gain of 12, and it'll be first and goal.
Hey, keep the ball on the ground and keep going right here. See if you can manhandle them in there. But then again, as well as we've been passing the ball, the RPO is still money. And you got so much green space over here with Donovan Pearson.
Give it to him on the jet sweep. Donovan gets a great block. Flag comes in. Touchdown Donovan Pearson, but I believe it's going to come back due to a penalty marker at the 8-yard line. You know, we've talked about Casey running the ball. Casey with a great block to help spring Donovan.
Yeah, it's frustrating, though. And I'm wondering if they're going to call a personal foul. Nope, holding.
64, 10-yard penalty.
So Donovan's touchdown going to be wiped out by a hold. And that'll move the Panthers back to the 18-yard line. So it's first down and goal, Benton at the 18 following the holding penalty. Strand Smith looks to the sideline. 8:39 to go in the second quarter. Benton leads at 21-0 and looking to add to the lead. Harris and Pearson come wide left. Womack and Lane wide right. Give it to Casey Johnson running right. Catholic bottled him up that time. Flag comes in as Casey's going to be marked back at the 20. The loss of 2.
You know, to have such momentum like we did there, we've done nothing but gone backwards since we got to the 5-yard line.
Face mask.
And a personal foul face mask against Catholic. We'll move it down to the 10-yard line. So here we are, first and goal at the 10, Dio. A lot of back and forth, penalties. First down and goal for the Panthers at the Catholic 10. It's time for the Panthers just to go in and punch this thing in and get it over with, huh?
That's what I'm thinking.
On this drive. Brandon Johnson in the backfield. Smith fakes to him, throws to Cameron Harris, touchdown. That's how you do it right there, is Cameron Harris made the catch, made a man miss, gets in the end zone for the touchdown, and the Panther lead is now 27-0.
Yeah, it's great play by Cameron Harris. Just put a little move on the defender. Strand Smith, great pass, put it out there where Cameron needed it so that he didn't have to go back and get it and make a move. You know, he was able to get the ball, make a move, and get to the end zone.
Logan Owen will hold. Lucas Wilbur's extra point is good, and with 8:19 to go in the second quarter, the Benton Panthers 28, Little Rock Catholic 0. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Yes, we've got Bear on the line with a question for Trey. Bear, what's your question?
Hey, Randy, this is Bear, first-time listener, long-time caller. I wanted to ask Trey about Sanders Ground Essentials. I know they are real 5-star guys wanted by everybody. I heard they have an excellent weed control and fertilization program, and they do customized plans based on annual soil results for all their customers. I just want to know what you guys have heard. I'm going to hang up and listen now.
Bear, you should call them at 315-9395 or on the web at sandersground.com. Let's get growing.
Panthers have had 5 possessions thus far, have scored touchdowns on 4 of those. The last one, a 7-play, 52-yard touchdown drive that took 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Strand Smith to Cameron Harris on a 10-yard touchdown pass. You know, even when the Panther offense has shot themselves in the foot with penalties, rebounded very well tonight. It's been a great offensive first half.
Great offensive first half, but credit the defense for getting the ball back to them consistently. They really haven't let this Catholic offense get going at all.
Lucas Wilbur's kickoff is going to be fielded by Fortner Tiffy at the 7. He's over the 20, 25 to the 30-yard line. And that's where Catholic will have it, first down and 10. Impressed with Bobby Wynn's defense, the PDC, in this first half.
Boy, they've played really good. Like my pick to my key to victory for the defense was, win the line of scrimmage. And so far, this three-man front is winning the line of scrimmage battle, and that is making all the difference.
Catholic has it 1st and 10 at their own 30. Scott is going to throw. Press, unable to hold on to it as Prevarius Perkins came over there and helped strip the ball away, incomplete at 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that was the first play that they ran of the game, was a similar play to that and connected on it. That quarterback's got enough arm to throw that out on just a 3-step drop. He doesn't have to hit step to make that throw, which is huge. That's what they mean by college-level arm. But Prevarius Perkins doing a great job knocking that ball loose.
Trip receiver set to the wide side of the field. They keep it on the ground with Joseph Smith. And the Panther defensive front led by Hunter Goodwin and Connor Jewell. Zane Manchek as well in there on the tackle DO for a loss of 2. It's 3rd and 12.
Yeah, there you go. Another example. They're not able to get that run game going. The defensive line is just winning the battle up front.
Win the line of scrimmage.
Got to win the line of scrimmage.
Mission accomplished through a quarter and a half. 3rd down and 12 as Scott drops back. He's looking deep. He's airing it out. Ball hangs up. Incomplete as 2 receivers came together. Chris Bernard and Jaden Collinette in coverage for Benton, and it's going to be 4th and long, and Catholic's going to have to punt it away again.
I couldn't tell which receiver he was actually throwing to, but the receiver that tried to make the catch on it really kind of had to look over the wrong shoulder in the middle of the field, which tells me he may not have been throwing for that, because both receivers got up and looked at each other like,
yeah,
were you supposed to be here?
Yeah, Fortner Tiffy and Brooks Ward kind of converged there at the football. It's 4th down and 12. Grant Hodge will punt again for Catholic. He stands at his own 14. Kane Simmons back to return for the Panthers. Line drive kick that Kane's going to fair catch at the 38-yard line. Panthers with no return yardage on the year, and it looks like that's going to stay because that was a returnable kick, and Kane fair caught it.
That was. I think he's just gotten into a habit now of doing it. And let me say this. I want to say this about my keys to victory. It's a cheap key to victory to say win the line of scrimmage, because that's really, you could say that's a key to victory in every football game. Whichever team wins the line of scrimmage is more than likely going to win that game. But I think for Benton, it's extremely important this year. Just we don't have the offensive and defensive line that we've had. So really that's going to be a big key for Benton throughout this season.
Dr. Brian Armstrong and Brian Eichler are proud supporters of Panther football. Dr. Armstrong has been honored for 9 consecutive years as a Reader's Choice Best of the Best optometrist for Central Arkansas's 12 counties. Served Saline County for 21 years and is located at 2900 Horizon Drive, Suite 15. Brian Eichler helping you see eye to eye with your doctor. 1st down and 10, Panthers at their own 38-yard line. Benton leads it 28-0 with 7:23 remaining in the first half. Donovan Pearson motions across the face of Strand Smith, who sets up the screen to Andre Lane. Andre breaks a tackle at midfield into Catholic territory. Late flag comes in as Andre's tackled at the Rocket 48.
I saw it when it happened, but Donovan Pearson got a little block in the back there trying to help Andre out a little too much. And I saw the player come flying in and Donovan Pearson throw his hands up.
Legal block in the back on the offense.
I was looking for the flag immediately, and when I saw it coming, I knew exactly what that was for.
So they're going to mark it from the 50-yard line. Block in the back, moves it back to the 40-yard line where it'll be 1st down and 8.
Hey, do we count it? Do we count it as a pancake block if you block the guy in the back? Because he did go flying. It was a pancake block, just the wrong direction.
Donovan's fun to watch block.
He is.
Catholic showing a 2-man rush. Now bring a guy off the edge who Brandon Johnson runs over and picks up 4 yards. A poor cornerback came off the edge, and he ran into a brick wall in the Benton running back.
Yeah, you got to know that he is a little bit frustrated with himself, that defender is, because he had the running back dead to rights in the backfield, but Brandon Johnson just too strong in the legs to go down.
Actually going to mark it back at the 44-yard line. It's 2nd down and 4, Panthers. 6:30 to go in the first half. Benton leads at 28-0. Second part of the Johnson duo, Casey back in there at running back. They're going to show option to the left. Throw it to Donovan Pearson. Nifty little play. He's going to get a first down to midfield, Dio. That looked like an option and a screen all rolled into one play.
Yeah, it really did. I haven't seen Benton run that yet this season, but that's a really unique play. Donovan Pearson doing a fantastic job there at the end of that run, protecting the football because the defender was trying to get his hands on it. Donovan Pearson did a good job protecting it. He said, I might get the penalty for the block in the back, but I'm not fumbling this ball.
Picked up 6 yards and a first down right at midfield on the left side of the War Memorial Stadium logo as Benton moves right to left. Smith looking downfield, throwing Andre Lane with the catch in traffic, pulls a Catholic Rocket defender down to the 28-yard line as Alex Neese had Andre wrapped up, and Andre was carrying him down to the 28. Andre a little gimpy as he goes to the Benton sideline, a gain of 22 and a Benton first down.
Yeah, I hope Andre's all right. It looked like he may have banged up his knee a little bit or something. He immediately tapped his helmet to say he wanted to come out, but able to get up and come off the field under his own power, which is a big deal.
Logan Owen will check in for the Panthers in place of Andre Lane. They give it off to Brandon Johnson. Stutter steps, now bounces it out to the left over the 20, down to the 16-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds by Cole Pace. And it's another Benton Panther first down as Brandon Johnson rips off 12 yards.
Great run by Brandon Johnson. Had Strand Smith out there ready to block for him, but Strand couldn't get in front of him. Brandon Johnson was outrunning his quarterback blocker, which I don't think he's designed to be the blocker on that play, but I love the toughness.
1st and 10 at the 16. Smith looking for Harris. A bit of a miscommunication as Strand threw it inside. Cam broke outside. It's incomplete. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. Benton in the red zone again at the Catholic Rocket 16-yard line.
Well, there's a Andre on the field. Looks like they're going to get us for a hold. At least the Catholic defense is clapping.
Offense, number 70.
They call the hold on senior tackle Christian Evans, going to back the Panthers up.
Well, Catholic fighting hard to avoid the mercy rule here in the first half.
Yeah.
Benton just needs one score and an extra point to get it. Catholic's giving them all they want with 1st and 24 here.
Yeah, at the 29-yard line. Ball on the right hash. Pearson in motion. Give it to him on the jet sweep. Pearson turns a corner at the 20. All the way inside the 15. Down to the 14-yard line, 13-yard line. Give Donovan 16 yards on that run.
Another flag on the play, but I think this one is going to be a taunting call on Catholic there. Looks like the Catholic guy was maybe had some words for Donovan Pearson after that. I don't know why you a 20-yard run.
Maybe frustration setting in.
Could be.
As the officials are going to convene, I believe this is the 4th extended conference of the first half.
I feel sorry for the referee here on the west side. He's kind of all by himself. He's been left out of the conference. They're like, hey, you stay over there. You didn't see anything. He's going to start throwing flags just so he can get in on it.
Sportsmanlike conduct, number 16 in the defense.
Good call, Dio, is dead ball and sportsmanlike conduct against Catholic. You saw it exactly right. Moves the ball down to the 7-yard line and sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, it's kind of fun. When you've watched enough football games, you know by where and when a flag comes out what it probably is.
And that one was at the end of the play. 1st and goal, Panthers at the 7. Strand going to throw the fade to Cam Harris. Touchdown!
Wow, what a catch by Cameron Harris. That was in traffic, went up, got his hands on it, and then kept it all the way down. Trying to get it out of there. Let's watch this on the replay.
That's great hops and great hands.
That's a college-level catch right there.
Smith to Harris, and there's still 5:08 to go until halftime. Owen holds, Wilbur kicks, and the Panther lead is 35. Benton leads at 35-0. With 5:08 to go in the first half, this is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest selection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
Panthers lead at 35-0. I play 62-yard drive in 2 minutes 15 seconds, courtesy of Tony Linehan of the Saline Cougars. Smith and his receivers, with each passing week, look to be finding more and more of a comfort zone with each other.
Absolutely. Well, we've got A.D. Nethery up here, and he said the word. He said the quarterback has had more time in this offense and is being more decisive, and we're seeing the result of that, being very decisive. And really, that's the thing, at the quarterback position, especially in this offense, even if you decide to rather have a throw with conviction than a second-guess throw any day of the week. So good for Strand Smith kind of figuring out the offense and getting in a rhythm. But great job by Cameron Harris. Cameron Harris, 3 receiving touchdowns already tonight.
So first down and 10, Rockets at their own 31-yard line. Bo Wright had the tackle for the Benton special teams on the kick return. They're going to go to Joseph Smith. Good for Smith. Kane Simmons comes up from his safety spot to upend Smith at the 39-yard line, a gain of 8 and 2 Catholic.
Now, I like seeing Kane slow to get up, grabbing his arm. Looks like he may have caught a shin to the bicep there as he came in for that tackle.
He continues to hold that right arm as he goes out to set up on the Catholic slot receiver. Second down and 2. They give it to Smith, and he runs into Connor Jewell at the 39.
I don't know if you saw that. Can we get a replay on that? In the backfield. Watch Jake. Jake Jones kind of hesitated at the line of scrimmage, dipped underneath the defender, shot through there. Now, he didn't make the tackle. Into the defenders. Great play by Jake Jones on that.
Third down, give off to Keaton. And Keaton is going to be near the first down. It appears as if he has it. Alvarez along with Patrick Shipp and on the tackle for the Panthers. Enough for the first down, though.
Well, Catholic really hadn't been able to get anything going through the ground or through the air. They've passes, but they've really had a lot more success on the ground than I thought they would.
In the second quarter, at 35-0. Catholic with the hard count, jump off sides.
Panthers not going across the neutral zone there, but the line judge disagrees with me. A different viewpoint up here, though, so.
Stay with us for the Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime show. Nate Olson's going to be over on Press Road. Nate got a good grasp of high school football all across the state of Arkansas, and he'll come visit with us at halftime. We may dispatch him. Go find us something to eat.
I'm going to sprint over there.
Second down throw. Catch is made by Fortner Tiffy. sophomore for the Panthers. But that Rockets at the Benton 49.
Yeah, you know, and Chris Bernard playing defense, he's as a sophomore, he's willing to play whatever to get on the field Friday night, but he's a running back for
Preston Scott's going to be sacked by knifed in there on the blitz and able to get to Scott.
Because Catholic has not played well tonight.
Second down and 16 following the Bo Wright sack. Rockets at their own 45-yard line, near hash, 3 receivers. Looks to the right to the lone receiver out here, Press, and Press unable to make the catch, but Various Perkins is going to be hit with a pass interference call, and now Connor Press is on the turf and holding his knee, D.O., the Catholic receiver. Now,
hate to see
now he
that.
gets up and limps to the Catholic sideline.
They just landed a little bit wrong.
Press Catholic's leading receiver coming into the ball game. His own strength, but the pass interference call against Prevarius.
Caught that cleat in the turf right there, kind of hyperextended his knee. Turf is good, but it can be bad on the joints.
First down and 10 Rockets. Tiffy, and he makes a 4-yard gain as he's pushed out of bounds.
Here is you got a fresh set of downs.
First down and 10 Rockets at the 36. Throw deep for Ward. So they went back to the same play that Press came up a little injured on, tried to get it to a different receiver, and Perkins with good coverage that time.
Yeah, well, you can tell Press has got a little bit more speed than the new receiver.
To the left, handed off to Joseph Smith, and he is met in the backfield by loss.
You know, we've really been waiting to see Bo Wright make some more tackles from that linebacker position, you know, on the running back. That's what we've been waiting to see right there.
Bo with a sack on this drive. Third down and 12, Catholic. Benton 38-yard line, a minute 50. Benton leads at 35-0. Scott takes the shotgun snap. He looks to the right, throws. Panther receiver slipped down. Back in there for Catholic, makes the catch and reaches the 30-yard line before Wright and Simmons, the two seniors, make the tackle at the 30-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 4.
Wright is sans mustache this week from his mom.
4th down, 4th and a long 3. That would help us fill some time last week.
A question.
Yes.
That was
Preston Scott for 50. Kane Simmons went up and added it away. It's incomplete in the end zone, and the Benton defense is held. The Panthers will take over.
Waiting to jump up and make a play really on the ball. You know, really too much contact to draw the flag, which is what the receiver really wanted. But anyway, aside from being the resident jokester, I'm just a regular football Nostradamus normally.
Yes, yes you are. The Panthers need to milk a minute 5 off that clock and get to the halftime locker room, up 35.
I think this ball's going to Donovan Pearson.
Hand off to Casey Johnson. And Casey, did Casey stiff arm the umpire on this play?
I don't know.
Picks up 8 yards, and the Panthers in hurry-up mode, up 35 here. 2nd down and 2 after the 8-yard gain. They hurry to the line of scrimmage. 40 seconds counting. Give to Donovan Pearson running wide right. And Donovan, for some reason, is going to step out of bounds. Panthers kind of stepping on the gas here, up 35, D.O. at the end of the half.
Yeah, I think Coach Ray's wanting to get it in the end zone again. I failed on my Nostradamus play late on my Nostradamus work there. I got to get better at that. Here's a good time to go to Cam.
Going to go back to Casey. Casey falls forward into Rocket territory down to the 44-yard line. Boy, Casey has had a good half, D.O.
Casey's had a great half. I can't wait to see the full stats. He's got to have broken 100 yards.
To the Rocket 44-yard line now. Panthers up to the line of scrimmage. Snap back to Smith. Give it off to Casey, and Casey down to the 35-yard line. I'm going to tell you, that umpire he's going to have bad dreams of Casey coming at him.
The umpire is causing more trouble for Casey Johnson than the defense has all night.
11 seconds to go. Panthers take a timeout, up 35. Going to see if they can't punch one in here before halftime, D.O. Little killer instinct here from the Benton offense to end the half.
With 11 seconds, so now is the time you run that little reverse, let Andre throw it here, something like that. Although I would think that they're probably prepared for something like that, or at least for a deep ball. But you got Cam Harris out there, and Cam has shown he can go up in double coverage and go get the ball. Maybe a good time to just throw that home run ball up there.
About the first half, though, 56 points last week against Southwest from the Panther offense. Offense has been very impressive tonight.
Very impressive. Able to move the ball in all phases, through the air and on the ground. It's exactly what you want to see, good balance. The stats, I think, are going to show that. We're going to be really balanced on both rushing and passing.
So 11 seconds to go. Benton out of the timeout. 1st down and 10 at the Rocket 35-yard line. So they give it off to Donovan Pearson. Has a seam. Donovan over the 25. Going to step out of bounds at the Rocket 22-yard line. That's another 13-yard gain on the ground for the Panthers. With 5 seconds to go, it's 1st down and 10, Benton at the Rocket 22.
We're going to kick a field goal here. You don't have to be Nostradamus to see that.
Lucas Wilbur sent on by Brad Harris.
Now, if they run a fake, I quit my Nostradamus role. I give it up. If they run a fake for some reason, which they wouldn't, there'd be no point.
Walker Davis will snap. Logan Owen will hold. Lucas Wilbur to try a 38-yard field goal. He hits it well, and he hits it through.
Nice.
Lucas Wilbur with a 38-yard field goal to end the first half. Dominated by the Benton Panthers tonight. It's Benton 38 and Little Rock Catholic 0 as the teams go to the locker room for halftime. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will have the Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime show. We'll have stats and a recap of the first half. And we'll also visit with our good friend Nate Olson. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Hamilton Family Dentistry, dental care that grows with you. We're family owned and are ready to provide dental care for your family. From your newborn baby to your great-grandparents, we see them all. Give us a call at 653-2422 or come visit us at 2422 Spring Hill Road.
Merchants and Farmers Bank is built around hard work and dedication, offering the big bank products but small bank friendly. Building relationships, one customer at a time. We invite you to be next. Stop in today at the corner of Spring Hill and Highway 5 in Bryant, or our newest branch opening soon in downtown Benton, where you'll find that your experience here matters. Visit us online at mfbanknet.com or find us on Facebook. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324.
You ready for this? Home field advantage is such a huge deal in football, and I think it's a huge deal in the mortgage world too. That's why we're a local company. We have in-house processing and underwriting, and that enables me to make sure that my customers have a great experience from kickoff to the closing table. That's just what we want to do, is give them a great experience.
With Cornerstone Home Lending, you'll always have the home field advantage. Text DIO to 36260 to get started today.
It's Friday, so Panther fans are thinking about our friends over at Riverside Grocery. Everyone knows about their catering that's good as grandma's, but their breakfast and lunch are becoming a Saline County tradition. Deer season's just around the corner, and Riverside's also your headquarters for feed and game processing. So whether you're gassing up or grabbing those essential tailgating supplies, Riverside Grocery has everything you need. Drop by Riverside and start your weekend right.
Welcome back to Benton Panther football tonight at War Memorial Stadium, the final tune-up of the non-conference schedule. Boy, it has been a great tune-up for the Panthers in the first half. Benton leads Little Rock Catholic 38-0 at halftime, and this the 58th all-time meeting between the Panthers and Rockets. And as we go to the Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime show, pleased to be joined by good friend Nate Olson.
Yeah.
Nate, we just had Riverside Grocery as our final ad spot there before half. You ever been out to Riverside on Friday?
I love it. Yes. I wish we had some of that right now, to be honest with you. I'm kind of hungry when you mentioned the catfish.
Yeah.
See if we can get some of that delivered up here. It's a great place. Love it. Great catfish.
Then the call, could Rick bring some to-goes up here to the press box?
That'd be awesome.
No concessions on the press box side here at the Catholic
I see that hot dog sitting there. I don't know how long it's been there. I'm about to eat it.
Freddie's leftovers from about 4:30. So.
All right.
Hey, Nate, tell us what you're doing. You've got a new venture going on that high school football fans be interested in.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I walked away from full-time sports media about 10 years ago, and a lot of people that see my social media, they think that I was a sports writer all that time because I have kept active, writing columns for different websites and joining Rex on the scoreboard show that you can hear tonight. So people thought I was still doing that, but I actually kind of switched to PR about 6 years ago. And Scorebook Live is a company that provides data, scores, brackets and things for activities associations. They started off doing that with newspapers too several years ago, and they signed a deal with Arkansas Activities Association. The other side of the company is content. And so Jimmy Jones, who's a photographer, a lot of people know him in Saline County. He's a Benton guy and Bryant guy. He told me, he said, they're looking for people to write some stories. I said, okay. Contacted one of the managing editor out in Portland. The company headquarters is in Spokane. But I talked to the guy, J.D. Humberg, and he's like, we'd like you to write some stuff. He saw some of the things I've done. So I started writing last year during the state championships and things, and went into basketball. And then they said, would you do this full time for us? And that wasn't on my radar. It wasn't at all. But got the offer from them and talked it over with my wife, Sheena. We've got two boys that are 12 and 10. When I quit doing Vite magazine 10 years ago, they were toddlers. It was very tough to balance that, being a dad and a husband and all that. Things have changed a lot since then. And JD, as you saw at the Salt Bowl, was on the floor of the Salt Bowl with Jimmy. He could be here with me. So I decided to do it. And so what I do is I edit the content and write the content in Arkansas. Then I've also been tasked with starting markets in Missouri, where I went to college and know some people there, and in Oklahoma, where I have a good friend that's going to be the a contract writer there for a while, and then maybe potentially be the full-time person in Oklahoma. So it's a very involved job. It's a management type job, but I am so glad to be doing sports for a living again. I've learned one thing in 20 years of work and just in life in general, you never say never. Because I would have said, I won't be doing full-time sports again. I feel blessed, Jim, to be doing this, and this is what I love. And a couple of my friends and family members and co-workers, that I worked at a state agency, they said, this is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Nate Olson's supposed to be a sports guy. And I believe that too, and I've wanted to do that since I was in 5th grade, so I'm really happy.
So you're a guy that's really plugged in. You talk to a lot of people throughout the week, a lot of coaches.
Yeah.
Maybe a big picture view right now of high school football in Arkansas with some of the COVID challenges. We continue to see cancellations each week, but maybe initial impressions of the 2021 season.
Well, Arkansas high school football is alive and well. I love it. I love covering it. There's so many fantastic players, and I think COVID has hampered some things, but not to the effect of last year. I remember Brad Harris called into the call-in the scoreboard show just how upset he was, and I felt so bad. I consider Brad a friend. I've dealt with him a lot over the years, and he's a great coach, and that was just terrible that they had to forfeit the playoffs. So I hope it's not a situation like that this year. There's been cancellations. There will probably be some forfeitures, but it's gotten a lot better. I think it's still there. A lot of mask wearing on buses and things. I know Buck James, he touched on it during the Salt Bowl press conference. It's kind of annoying to still have to do it, but they are. And they're getting through it. But, I mean, it's tough on the coaches and the players with all the protocols, but I think slowly but surely it's getting better. Just from a football standpoint, I think you look at the 6A West and Benton, Greenwood, like Hamilton, Mountain Home has played good in some losses. That's a really tough league that you guys are in. But I talked to the radio show, Bud Schroepel, who's the voice of Jonesboro, and I told him today, you guys are probably the class of that league, but you're not going to be as challenged as much as those West teams. But I said, I feel like if you were in the West, you'd be there.
Yeah.
And there's Parkview too that I didn't mention. So that's a really tough league. I think that's going to be kind of like the SEC West, and the 7A Central is so strong. You know well about Bryant. Right now, the last I saw, they're up 7-3 down Longview, Texas. They're a premier program. Conway, Cabot have bridged some of the gap, and North Little Rock is good again. Could go 3-0 tonight if they beat West Memphis. So, yeah, a lot of great football, and a lot of it is here in Central Arkansas now.
Yeah. Speaking of 6A West Conference, back out to the West just a little bit. Russellville seems like a vastly improved program, and Van Buren has gotten off to an unbeaten start.
Well, that's what I told Budrow today. I'm like, there's a team in that league that will be at the bottom that could win and go deep in the playoffs because they're tested. That medal, week in to week out, that grind. Then you play a league that may, a member that's not quite as good, because that conference isn't as good, and then you see that team advance. Van Buren, Mountain Home, Russellville potentially. They're going to get tested, and they're going to be a lot better, but the record may not show it as much because they have to play that top-heavy schedule. I mean, the Greenwood, Benton, and Lake Hamilton and Parkview, I mean, that is a tough road to go through, and Benton's going to have, a tough road too, but I see them being right up there at the top.
On the east side, you mentioned Jonesboro. Some of what I've seen of El Dorado, that team is as athletic, as fast as any team you'll see.
Yeah, and they play soon, and that could be for the conference championship. And I talked to some people that were at that Cabot game, and they said, man, they are athletic at every position. I watched a little bit of that Camden game. I don't think they played their best game that night. It's a rivalry game, so I'm not sure exactly. It's the first game of the year. They had to save the ball game at the end on a stop, right down inside near the goal line. They had a incomplete pass, but Camden was trying, to win that ball game at the end. But I think they play much better the next week. And if you stay within a touchdown of Cabot, you're doing something right.
Yeah. Any big surprises to you season? Not necessarily 6A, which we focus on with Benton, but statewide. Any big surprises stand out to you?
Well, I mean, and this is, a little bit obscure, but Camden Harmony Grove wasn't very good last year, and they beat Junction City 38-0. Came back and lost to Fordyce by 2. Last check, I saw they were playing Harding Academy, and it was a tight ball game there. They're vastly improved. So, You know, that's a smaller school in South Arkansas, but that's one of them. Fort Smith Northside is a surprise, and Russellville as well. Russellville, I think 3-0. Northside fell behind big early at Harbor, but now they've climbed back in the ball game. So we'll see how that one ends up. They could be 3-0. They beat Greenwood. That was a shocker to me. I didn't think they would beat Greenwood. They've got a really good running game, and I think their big guys up front kind of stunned Greenwood a little bit.
So what's the plans for Sportsbook Live and what you're doing with that? Is it a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails, a lot of text messages? How do you stay connected with everybody?
I read as much as I can, other newspapers and things, and I call a lot of coaches, and that is one. And I called you this week, and you gave me some great information on the new running back Johnson, and so Brandon Johnson. That was great. I've got a lot of friends in the media, the coaches. So yes, I stay on the phone or texting all week, and that's how I get that stuff. And everything is free on there, so I try to provide as much content. We're going to get more and more on there, but feature stories. We do a top 25 power poll, which I think is interesting because the only thing that I've seen is, the Democrat Gazette and then the sports media poll does like an overall top 10, but the top 25 is almost like college football, and I kind of like that because you can include more teams in it and all classes. So I've enjoyed that. It's been fun. I think you're just going to continue to see more and more content on there, and I like it that it's free too. There's no paywall. There's no subscription. You can just go on there anytime and read any of the stories on there.
Scorebook Live.
ScorebookLive.com.
Arkansas editor.
/ Arkansas.
Yep. Nate Olson, a good friend.
Yeah,
it's a lot of Saline County folks.
I talk to you a lot of Friday nights. I don't get to see you, so it's good to be sitting across from you, Jim. It's really great.
Yep. Nate, thanks for joining us
Thank
at
you.
halftime tonight. Nate Olson, appreciate him being with us. Still got 7 minutes to go on the halftime clock. When we come out of the half, Benton will have a mercy rule lead. It's 38-0 Panthers. We'll take a break and come back with the first half stats. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Elliott Electrical is a proud supporter of Benton Panther football. For over 35 years, Elliott Electrical has been providing reliable, efficient, high-quality electric service to Saline County and Central Arkansas. From lighting design and planning to street and parking lot installation, Elliott Electrical has all the lighting services to keep your home and businesses illuminated. For a free estimate for all your electrical needs, contact Elliott Electrical today at 501-315-7539.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, we know banking isn't always top of mind. You've got other things to focus on, like getting the kids to soccer practice or mowing the lawn or grocery shopping. But our products and services are designed to fit your schedule and needs. From online and mobile banking to convenient hours and locations, Farmers Bank and Trust is easy banking for busy living. To learn more, stop by your local branch today or visit myfarmers.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Our world has changed a lot in a short time. Your health and safety remain our #1 priority. We have the supplies needed and processes in place to keep you safe. We've implemented visitor restrictions, and we are reducing physical contact as much as possible. Patients and employees are required to wear masks for your protection and theirs. And your care team is screened daily. So don't wait to get the care you need. We're here for you today and always.
So you know how in the fourth quarter of a football game, when the game's on the line, it actually gets kind of stressful, and that's not how a home loan process should be. When you're a week away from closing, which is the fourth quarter, you shouldn't have stress, and that's what at Cornerstone we want to take away. We want that to be a stress-free experience for you. We want it to be that blowout victory.
Text DIO to 36260 to get started on the home mortgage process today.
As we come back, Dio, take a look at the first half stats. It was dominated by Benton on the scoreboard and more so dominated on the stat sheet.
I mean, the stat sheet, looking at that is almost unbelievable. 51 passing yards allowed on defense, 171 gained through the air by Benton. But the big number to me, and this is what we talked about before the game, Benton with 213 yards on the ground versus only allowing 15. Unreal.
So key to the game, win the line of scrimmage, they've done it on both sides.
Done it on both sides, clearly, and the scoreboard shows it and the stat sheet shows it. I mean, Catholic only having 6 first downs the entire night to Benton's 20. That's such a lopsided. The stats are so lopsided. It's unreal. I mean, we're even leading in penalties. 7 for 66 yards. That's pretty good. But then that 4th down conversion being 1 of 1. But what a 4th down conversion. That was the one Donovan Pearson caught on the east side of the field over there. Was tackled, going to be tackled out of bounds, short of the first down marker, but was able to twist out of it and get the first down. Big, unbelievable on the stats.
Yeah, it was a 4th and 6 at the Catholic 26, and he picked up 7, was hit shy of the first down. In just a determined run, picked up the first down on Benton's second scoring drive of the first quarter. Individually, Strand Smith, after a 15 for 18 first half last week, all he does is come back and go 14 to 17 tonight for 171 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, pretty impressive night by Strand Smith. No real mistakes. He had the 2 fumbles. I think we've only got 1 on the stat sheet, but he recovered both of them. And really, I still think the first one that was a fumble was really trying to pull down what was going to be an intercepted ball. So great decision making by the quarterback tonight. 4 touchdowns speaks for itself.
You called on Casey Johnson to be Casey Johnson again, and he was in that first half. 11 carries, 103 yards.
Now, that's the Casey that we have expected to see since his sophomore year. Last year Casey Johnson was not the Casey Johnson that we saw his sophomore campaign. This game he's come out, and you can just tell he's playing with a little bit of a different attitude, maybe a little chip on his shoulder almost, and that's kind of what you need to see out of your running back, especially as a senior.
Panthers with 384 yards of total offense in that first half. Catholic with 66. So not only has your offense really stolen the show, but the defense has tried to match them blow for blow. And we look at the numbers offensively and we get big-eyed, but this is a defense that had been susceptible to the big play in the first 2 games this year, and they give up a total of 66 yards in the entire first half.
Well, and if you look at it, the Catholic offense has averaged 319 yards total per game. And to have them basically on pace to only get a third of that speaks volumes for our defense, because this team has played Jonesboro and then a team out of Texas that, I don't know how good they were or not, but they've played against 2 teams. Jonesboro we know is probably pretty good. So that speaks a lot, especially after last week. We gave up 20 points to a team or 19 points to a team that hadn't scored all year. So I know Coach Wynn probably challenged his defense and said, hey, we need to step up and play like the PDC of old.
Catholic came in averaging 294 passing per game this year, and Panthers surrendered just 51 yards to the Rockets in the first half. Benton scored on every possession but 1. Bo Wright had 1 punt on a Benton possession that did not result in any points. But you think of the efficiency of the offense, Dio. They scored on every possession but the last one last week when they took a knee to run out the clock. They scored on every possession of the first half except for 1 tonight. I mean, this has been a prolific offense in the last game and a half.
Yeah, it really has. Strand Smith picking up the offense. And really being decisive with his throws, and you can just see it. The receivers are catching the ball with places to go. The ball is not, it's put where it needs to be. So that's been huge.
3 first quarter touchdowns for the Panthers gave Benton a 21-0 lead in the first quarter. Cameron Harris caught a 28-yard touchdown pass from Strand Smith on the opening drive, 6-play, 65-yard drive in 2 minutes, 33 seconds. Then Benton scored on their second possession on a Brandon Johnson 8-yard run after a 10-play, 78-yard drive. And finally in the first quarter, Donovan Pearson caught a 20-yard pass from Strand Smith, 4-play, 64-yard drive. In the second quarter at the 8:19 mark, Cameron Harris caught a 10-yard pass from Smith, and then at 5:08 caught a 7-yard pass. That's 3 touchdowns for Cam, the senior wide receiver in the first half. First half closed with Lucas Wilbur drilling a 38-yard field goal on the final snap of the half. Lucas now 2 for 2 on the season with field goals. He had a 25-yarder against Bryant in the Salt Bowl. So you couldn't script a better first half.
No, I mean, hey, with the delayed start and no food over here, I am super pumped about this mercy rule. Getting out of here in time so I can go get something to eat before I pass out from lack of food. Freddie's over here preaching it. He is fired up about it. He is not understanding why there is no concession stand open over here.
Yeah, but
I'm with him.
But Freddie, did you have a hot dog or just a big old bowl of popcorn? Popcorn?
Well. Well, folks, if you're not here, if you're listening, the popcorn here is dry, per Freddie Reinhardt. So you're not missing anything from as far as the stadium popcorn goes.
And he's got 71 years of experience eating popcorn, right?
You've eaten plenty of stadium popcorn, haven't you, Freddie?
I think with those binoculars, he keeps looking at that Wendy's sign across Markham over there.
Yeah. Hey, will you look over there and make sure they're open? I need you to call them, Freddie, and see if they're going to be open at about 9:30. That's all I need.
No, I don't, Freddie. Both teams back out on the War Memorial Stadium turf. We will play the second half under the sportsmanship rule and the continuous running clock, which for my compadres up here in the press box, maybe that will ease their growling stomachs. As Panthers to their sideline, Rockets come to their sideline. 38-0, Benton leads as we will open the third quarter, brought to you tonight by Cornerstone Home Lending. Rockets will receive the second half kickoff. And after a rainy, dreary open to this night, it has been all joyful.
It has been
since
all
the game
joyful
started.
And all Benton Panthers. I expect to see what we saw last week against Southwest with the first teamers coming out to start both series on offense and defense, but then most likely we will see plenty of action from Klein Hooten and some of the other backups are going to get some more playing time, which this is exactly what you want. Last year we missed out on this because it was a tight game. We had starters out there the entire game, but this year getting these guys some more experience, which always just helps you further down the season.
Dylan Bosley, the senior, going to kick off for the Panthers here to open the second half. Want to remind everybody, Monday night at 6 o'clock at Tyndall Park, the dedication of the Miracle League field and the final Miracle League game of the summer schedule. Come out and be a part of that. That is one phenomenal program that's new to the Benton Parks and Recreation Department. As Dylan Bosley puts his foot into it, kickoff to the far sideline, going to be fielded on the run at the 15 by Dominic Keaton. At a lane on the Benton sideline and returns it to the 38-yard line, and that's where the Rockets will put it in play to open the second half, first down and 10.
Well, let's see if the PDC can get us started off here with a good stop and get the offense back out on the field. We just need to have a good defensive series, good offensive series, and then let these backups get in here and get some playing time.
Look out there on that defensive line. Peyton McNeely, Connor Jewell, and Hunter Goodwin anchored down. They had a great first half holding the Catholic run game. Now Joseph Smith with a lane. Picks up 6 yards to the 44. Bo Wright on the tackle. Bo had a good first half, D.O.
Bo had a great first half. Saw him in the backfield more frequently than we've seen him all year. That's the kind of action we want to see. Now, that tackle was made 6 yards downfield. I like seeing those tackles behind the sticks, but he'll have some more opportunities. He wasn't on a blitz, that call.
Second down and 4 for Catholic at their own 44-yard line. Scott going to hand it off to Smith again. Wow. And Smith is decleated by Hunter Goodwin at the 42 for a loss of 2.
Boy, and Bo Wright was in on the blitz that time and they picked the right side to send him from. But Hunter Goodwin said, no, sir, you're not getting this TFL. I'm taking it.
Hunter has shown up in a bad mood several times tonight in the Catholic backfield.
Boy, he's built right. I mean,
yes.
Looking down there at him, he looks like what you expect a DN to look like.
6'1", 235-pound junior. 3rd down and 6 for the Rockets. Snap back to Scott. He's looking right, throwing right, and he overthrows Fortner Tiffy, incomplete. And it'll be 4th down, and Catholic going to send on the punt team.
He just has no time back there, Preston Scott, to get his feet set and throw it. His throws have mostly missed the mark tonight, and attribute that to the defense. You saw 3 defenders get back there. I know Jake Jones was one of them. I saw him on the blitz. But he's just got Benton Panthers in his face, had them there all night.
Grant Hodge will punt for Catholic. He, almost blocked by Zane Manchak. Patrick Shipp back deep for the Panthers, going to get away from it. Takes a rocket roll and is going to be down at the Benton 22-yard line with 9:15. And they stopped the clock on the change of possession, unlike last
game. They didn't stop the clock. They had the clock started before they even kicked off.
And now they wind it. Longview, Texas leads Bryant at halftime down in Texas. 10-7, the Lobos lead it.
That's a tight game.
First and 10, sorry, Dio. 1st and 10 Panthers at their own 22. Strand Smith fires out to Drake Womack. That's a name we didn't call in the receiving game in the first half, and he comes right out and makes the first catch of the second half.
Yeah, I saw him out there several times, but didn't get a chance to really call his name, so it's good to see Drake Womack getting in on the action. No, I was going to say it. I went down to tell Mason we were having some audio issues or getting reports of it. The announcers are down there doing the Bryant game from right here. Just crazy to me to see that.
Isn't that amazing? 2nd down and 5, Panthers at their 27. Strand Smith looks to the sideline, gets the play call signaled in, hands it off to Casey Johnson. Casey runs hard. That's just a 2-yard gain, but you see a different attitude in Casey tonight.
Yeah, no dancing. He tried to avoid the guy, but going north and south, put his shoulders down and got what he could out of it. And that's what you want to see out of your senior running back.
So 3rd down and 3 for the Panthers at their own 29-yard line. Panthers in no hurry here in this second half, leading 38-0. Good to see Andre Lane back out there, Dio. Saw him kind of limp off at the end of the first half. So Panthers tried to set up a screen. Casey
tripped
lost
up by
his
Frank
footing.
Hobbs there.
Frank with his 2nd appearance tonight.
Yeah, they had the screen set up. They had the wall of blockers, but I think Casey got tripped up in the legs of some of his blockers as he turned around to look for the ball.
So 4th down and 4, Panthers, and they're going to punt it away. Is
2nd punt of the night is all.
Yeah. Bo had a 36-yard punt his first time. Snap back, gonna
boom this one pretty good.
It's going to be fielded by Pace at the 34.
You're getting away from Kane Simmons.
Tell you, that's a gutsy call with Kane Simmons breathing down you to field that one, but he makes a nice return to the 45, and that's where the Rockets will put it in play. 1st down and 10 with 6:30 and counting to go in the 3rd quarter, and Benton leading 38-0.
Well, and we're seeing some substitutions on this round. Still got some of the starters out there. Zane Manchak is out there, but on the defensive line front, we've got some new faces.
Luke Larson in there, Jordan Burr, and Ian Alvarez there at defensive end. See Jake Herbner at the middle linebacker spot as Preston Scott airing it out for Pruss. Prevarius Perkins in coverage for Benton, incomplete. Caleb Weston.
Well, I'm telling you what, that quarterback's got an arm, though, because he launched that ball. I mean, that was a 50-yard throw in the air.
Jacob Munns and Chase Harding are in at the linebacker, so we've replaced the linebackers across the board now. Wright, Jones, and Manchek should have the rest of the night off. Harding, Herbner, and Munns in there.
Well deserved.
Yes, sir. Second down and 10. Rockets motion a man. Set up a screen to Dominic Keaton. He's over midfield into Benton territory. Runs into the back of a blocker and falls down at the 41-yard line. That'll be a Catholic Rocket first down at the Benton 41.
Yeah, we got a little aggressive there. These new faces coming in, not quite as keyed in on some of the screen gives. Just really pursuing that quarterback there and opened up the screen game.
Asa Upton into the safety spot on this first down. A back shoulder throw, nicely done to Brooks Ward. Breaks a Prevarius Perkins tackle, and the Rockets score with 4:41 to go in the third quarter on a 41-yard strike from Preston Scott to Brooks Ward, and that was a perfectly thrown back shoulder throw.
I'm telling you, it was on the money. Got Prevarius Perkins kind of turned around there a little bit as the receiver went to get it and couldn't hang on to him. That was a great pitch and catch.
And Jed Stracely on to attempt the extra point for the Rockets. Anthony Stevens holds the left-footed. Stracely kicks it through, and it's now 38-7. Benton leads it with 4:40 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a break. This is Benton Panther Football on the Benton Football Network. CTS Services is a Benton-owned company that specializes in industrial cleaning, waste disposal, and COVID-19 disinfection. CTS is a strong, secure company looking to add team members interested in a good career. CDL and non-CDL positions are available with competitive wages, IRA with a 3% company match, and health and life insurance benefits. For job, information, or cleaning services, give CTS a call at 501-778-4535. 38-7, Benton leads it after the 41-yard touchdown reception by Brooks Ward. And as we were on that break that was brought to you by CTS Industrial Services, Dio, you were talking about how impressed you are with Preston Scott and really his ability to throw the deep pass.
Well, I mean, you see a lot of high school quarterbacks muscle up and really try to throw that ball, but it usually comes out wobbly, looks like a wounded duck. Not that I would know what a wounded duck looks like. It's not a very good shot, but his ball has got that good tight spiral, turns over at the apex and drops in, which is what you want to see. So you can tell he's got some arm talent for sure.
As Jed Stracely kicks off for Catholic, and he's going to boom that one into the end zone. Automatic touchback, and they'll bring it out to the 20. It'll be first down and 10 for the Panthers, leading 38-7 as the Benton offense huddles up on the far side. And Justin Ray down there on the sideline for the second half, and it looks like Klein Hooten will engineer the Panther offense. Boy, just a great night for Strand Smith at quarterback. Now we're going to see the sophomore Klein Hooten lead the offense onto the field.
This is great, giving Klein an opportunity to get some reps has been really helpful. Especially because he's going to be the future quarterback of the Panthers next year.
Cole Turner snaps it to Hooten, who hands off to Brandon Johnson. Brandon picks up 6 yards. Second down and 4. Following the 6-yard Brandon Johnson carry. Johnson, the lone back in the backfield. Hooten going to throw it out to the far side to Logan Owen, who makes the catch. Will Pompeo was out there blocking for him. Picks up just a yard, and it'll be 3rd down and 3.
Well, let's see if these guys can get this first down here. 3rd and short.
Tanner Holden, the sophomore, in there. They do pick up the first down and more. Brandon Johnson breaking tackles into Catholic territory before he's tripped up at the 49-yard line. 3rd down and 3, second-team offensive line, and they get Brandon Johnson a first down.
Well, and Brandon Johnson really has run the ball well tonight. Great run on 3rd down. Now we get to see Chris Bernard come over and play running back, which I was talking about earlier. Talked to his dad after last week's game, and he said this is really where his heart's at, is on offense. So let's see what old Bernard can do with it.
First down, Klein Hooten is going to keep, and he's going to be dropped for a loss in the backfield is Grant Hodge, who's had a good night punting for Catholic, and they're at defensive end. Makes the tackle back at the 49-yard line.
Well, and that was actually, it looked like the snap was a little bit wide, and I don't think Klein could actually make the handoff, so he just tucked it and tried to get what he could with it. Do have a new center in there. Looks like we got Cole Tanner at center. He's normally the guard, so probably not quite as crisp on his snaps as Carter Sanders is.
You got Tanner Holden, Jeter Stringer, Anthony Tapia, Silas Barnett, Cole Tanner in there on that Benton offensive line. And now a timeout called by Brad Harris. 2:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Benton leads at 38-7. We'll take a break. This is Benton Panther Football on the Benton Football Network.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett, inviting you to come see us at Everett Buick GMC and discover the Everett difference. But what is that difference? It's outstanding customer service, the largest Buick GMC inventory in Arkansas, a state-of-the-art facility, and an outstanding team of professionals who put your needs first. From sales to service to financing, the difference shows in everything we do every day. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
Family and community go hand in hand. That's why ACDI proudly calls downtown Benton our home, and why we are excited to be a part of this community. Hi, I'm Josh Lane, the team captain at ACDI. My teammates understand the importance of serving in the community, and at ACDI, we'll always make that a priority. We are proud sponsors of the Benton Panther football team and thankful to share our family with this great hometown. Go Panthers!
Klein Hooten throws a pass that Will Pompeo hauls in at the Catholic 45-yard line. It's 3rd down and 6 for the Panthers at the Rocket 45. Brady Rook split to the near side. Give off to Chris Bernard. He's breaking tackles. He's got a first down. Boy, look at that tough run of Chris Bernard all the way down to the Rocket 35, a gain of 10, D.O.
Well, that's, I see what he's talking about, that he likes it. He doesn't go down easy. That was a great run, breaking tackles and just carrying purple jerseys with him on the way.
First down, Benton at the Rocket 35-yard line. They give it off to Bernard again, running right. He's going to have another 5 yards down to the Rocket 30-yard line. Well, we called Chris's name on defense, playing safety. Leading rusher on that junior high team last year. Just a good mix of speed and strength.
I was going to say, you can tell he's really strong because that was a linebacker, number 58, that had him wrapped up. But Bernard able to just pull him for an extra couple of yards and lean forward to make that a 5-yard gain.
5'10", 180-pound sophomore Bernard. This time the pitch, and he's not going to be able to get the edge. Is getting out there quickly. Jenkins Monroe, the senior defensive end, drops him for a loss back at the 35-yard line, and it'll be 3rd and 10 Panthers.
Well, you know, that option play that we run is it's not a true option. It's really designed to look like an option, but it's really an extended sweep. Ideally they call it an option, but in talking to Coach Ray over the years, They really want that ball pitched, and as soon as other teams kind of figure that out from watching film, that the quarterback's not really a threat to run it, they're going to do what they just did right there until we load up and let the quarterback make a couple of runs.
That's it for the third quarter. We got 1 quarter left tonight here at War Memorial Stadium. Benton leads at 38-7 over Catholic. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Allied Glass is a full-service glass shop located in historic downtown Benton. Allied Glass is a third-generation business and family-owned and operated since 1967. Mirrors, shower doors, commercial storefronts, tabletops, screens, plexiglass, and much more. For all your glass needs, call Allied Glass at 501-778-6244, located at 115 East Sevier in downtown Benton.
3rd down and 10, Panthers at the Rocket 35-yard line. Screen to Will Pompeo, and Pompeo is going to pick up 5 yards before coming up to make the hit. Sam Sanders, Catholic safety, and it'll be 4th down and 5, Benton at the Catholic 30-yard line. So we open the 4th quarter, Benton leading 38-7 tonight over Catholic.
Well, I'm going to tell you that Will Pompeo kind of got in front of his blockers there, but he had to because that's where the ball was delivered at. These backups are going to work on that screen game a little bit, and they'll get that dialed in, and that'll be a little more successful.
Klein Hooten gives instructions to his offensive line, now resets with Chris Bernard at his right on 4th and 5. Takes the snap, looking left, throwing left. Brady Rook makes the catch and has the first down to the Catholic 21-yard line. Boy, we've seen this offense in rhythm on 3rd and 4th down on this series, Dio.
Boy, I like that little in route that he just ran right there. That's a great play. You can tell the defender had him shaded on the outside, was expecting something probably to the boundary, but breaks it to the inside. But Klein Hooten, that offensive line, giving him plenty of time to stand back there and throw.
1st down, Benton at the Catholic 21-yard line. Snap back to Hooten. He bobbles it and falls on it at the 25-yard line. I like Brady Rook, the junior wide receiver, 6'1", 150 pounds. Made that in-cut catch in stride. Picks up the 1st down. Following the muff snap, Benton has it 2nd down and 14. Call it 15 back at the 26-yard line as Bernard is going to set to the right of quarterback Klein Hooten. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. They bring Pompeo in motion and give it to him, and Catholic was waiting for Pompeo. Round right in that time and drops him for a loss back to the 27. So it'll be 3rd down and 16 for Benton with 9:40 to go in the ball game. Fourth quarter brought to you tonight by CTS Industrial Services. Our good buddy Chad Slaughter and his team are in need of some additional drivers. Competitive wages, great benefits, and a great guy to work for.
He is a great guy to work for.
CTSINDservices.com. Throw from Hooten. Will Pompeo couldn't pull it in at the 10-yard line. Sliding catch attempt incomplete, and it'll be 4th down and 16 for Benton at the Catholic 27.
I would not want to be Will Pompeo going to talk to Drew Harris right now. He did not that is not how you're supposed to reach out and try to catch a ball, and I'm sure Coach Harris is going to remind him of that. You don't catch it in your breadbasket. You reach your hands out, Will. He knows that.
You can see on the video stream Coach D. Harris giving some coaching tips there as Will went to the sideline. 4th down and 16 Panthers. Bring a man in motion. Hooten rolls to his right. Throwback screen to Bernard, and Jenkins Monroe had that one sniffed out. And it falls incomplete, and Catholic will take over with 8:30 to go in the ball game at their own 27-yard line. So Rockets to the line of scrimmage, 1st down and 10 at their own 27. Scott is going to throw. The catch is made by Joseph Castillo along the Rocket sideline at the 37-yard line. What looks like 1st down. Now they finally move the chains. 1st down and 10 Catholic at the 37. Scott looking for Castillo again. He turned in. Scott threw it outside of him, incomplete. Caleb Weston, the senior cornerback, in coverage for Benton. See Bentley Stamper back there at safety. He's had a good night in special teams for Benton. Scott setting up the screen this time. And the catch is made, losing his footing after the catch is Cooper Nannon. Gain of 1 to the 38, and it's 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, the screen game has not been working for either team this second half, really.
Rockets with 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Shotgun, 1 back in the backfield. Cooper Nannon is that back. He sets to the left of quarterback Preston Scott, who's throwing deep and beyond the reach of his intended receiver, Connor Horn. Asa Upton in coverage for Benton, and it'll be 4th down and 9 for Catholic, and they're going to send Grant Hodge and the punt team back out there.
Well, flip the field position on us a little bit. But Jim, I will say this about this second half. This reminds me of that commercial that I run, that this is how a mortgage transaction should feel. Shouldn't feel stressful. Yeah. There's no stress involved being a Benton Panther right now.
Hodge's kick is going to be fair caught by Patrick Shipp at the 31-yard line. Yeah, love the no stress second half.
Yeah, no stress.
Speaking of no stress, if you want a no stress banking experience, First Security Bank. You can bank better. They're only in Arkansas, and they've got 7 locations in Saline County. They've even got a location in Cabot, don't they, Freddie? We stopped there last night on the way to the junior high game, pulled in the parking lot. First thing Freddie said was, only in Arkansas. First Security Bank. Chris Bernard gets the 1st down carry, and he picks up good yardage to the 39. Well, we just saw the legend leave the press box tonight, Jim Landers.
He's had enough. 5 minutes left. He's like, I've got to get out of here before the traffic gets bad.
Hey, Jim Landers is 3 for 3 this year. Been to all 3 of them.
Hey, that's pretty good.
2nd down and 2. Give to Chris Bernard. And Bernard with a hole is going to pick up a 1st down to the 49. A gain of 10. Well, it's not often you can wave goodbye to a Hall of Famer. But no. Jim Landers inducted into the AAA Hall of Fame over the summer.
That's pretty awesome.
1st down and 10 for the Panthers at the 49-yard line. Clock at 4:50 and counting here in the 4th quarter. Benton comfortably in front, 38-7, as Brandon Johnson is going to check in. Hudson Chandler is your Benton quarterback this possession, who he slings it out to Logan Owen. Catch made, no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and Hudson Chandler knows the offense probably as well as Coach Ray does. He's one of those kids that just loves football, and he understands what Benton's trying to do.
Jake Burks, Eli Contorno come to the near side. Got Matthew Bailey out there on the far side. So penalty marker comes in as Catholic is.
Interception on the deflection there.
Yeah, and coming up with the interception, William Timmons for Catholic. A flag came in at the end of the play.
Oh, got a block in the back there.
After the interception?
Yep, after the interception.
Chandler's throw into double coverage, bounded high into the air, and Timmons, the safety, the beneficiary of the high deflection, picked it off.
Are we really having a conference with 4 minutes left in a 38-7 ball game? Can't be that tough, guys. There you go. Well, Catholic, the ball's way back there, boys. You're about 15 yards too far up.
The Catholics around the 45-yard line. The football is placed way back at the 30. So Catholic offense in retreat following the block in the back penalty. Let's see. Harding, Herbner, and Munns in there at linebacker. Jaquez Capel is the Panther nose man on this play. Panther pressure. Scott airing it out. Has a receiver.
Oh.
Unable to come up with it for Catholic is Nicholas Gunderman at the Benton 30.
I got to tell you, though, that quarterback stepped up, avoided the pressure, and planted his feet and threw a pretty ball. The receivers are just not doing him many favors tonight on those balls.
Luke Larson, a senior, in there at defensive end. Scott's throw, boy, nice hit coming up. Asa Upton. It appeared as if Alex Neese was going to make the catch, and Asa with the hit separated the football from him.
Great hit, great play by Asa Upton coming up from his safety position to make that play. And the receiver was wide open, but Asa Upton did a good job of separating him from that ball.
Ethan Fryer now in there for the Panthers defensively. Third down. 10 Rockets at their own 30-yard line. Checking on late Cooper McDaniel for Catholic. 2 men in the backfield. They're going to hand it off, and that is going to be a loss. Look at that second-team defense swarming to the football, Dio.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, that was a great play. I couldn't even tell who all was in there. That was basically that entire defensive line along with one of the linebackers, Herbner, getting in there on the action.
John Fogelman's going to send his punt team on. Grant Hodge had a workout of that right leg punting the football tonight. It's going to get another opportunity. Clock ticks under 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Snap over Hodge's head. He's retreating to the end zone. He's just going to kick it out of the back of the end zone for a safety and a 40-7 Benton lead as Hodge has kicked it out of the back of the end zone. And Freddie, that's a third safety we've seen in 2 nights. The Benton Junior High defense had 2 last night. Now the Panthers special teams with a safety. We saw him, Dio, score a touchdown last week. Punt team. Now they get a safety.
I'm wondering where we are. You know, the NFL does the scoregami thing, or they don't do it, but somebody on Twitter does, which is scores that have never happened before. I just always think, which 40's probably a fairly common one. Well, I don't know. It may not be, because that's we had a field goal and a safety on this one. I'd be curious to look back at the history of Benton football scores and figure out which ones we haven't hit yet. Be interesting to note. We need some Benton scoregami.
You know, thanks to Donnie Burks, we got it.
We can probably go and do that.
We got it. We can find that out. But I doubt they very often gotten to 40 by way of 5 touchdowns, a field goal, and a safety.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to say it's more likely that we've gotten to 40 by missing 2 extra points or missing an extra point and a 2-point, something like that.
So Hodge is going to punt it away on the free kick from the 20. He hangs it up high. It is fielded by Chris Bernard over the midfield into Catholic territory to the 40-yard line. Well, I like that sophomore, whether it's at safety or running back or returning kicks. Chris Bernard is electric.
He's a football player, that's for sure. I got an opportunity when he was, I think, a 6th grader. I coached the little PDFL kind of all-star matchup against Bryant before Bryant joined our league, and he was kind of the jack of all trades. We put him in at quarterback because we wanted the ball in his hands, but I knew then he had something. He had a gift for football. He's got that gritty, he's a gritty, hard-nosed kind of player.
Aiden Long and Dylan Krippendorf on the right side of the line. Big double D. Dakota Dean pulling. Trying to lead the way for, I believe that was Connor Stevens back there running the football.
You don't see too many running backs wearing the old 88.
Correction, Matthew Bailey running the football. 5'9", 155-pound sophomore wide receiver in the backfield. Let's run one behind Dakota Dean right here.
He's ready. And they did.
They do with Klein Hooten. Look at Double D open the hole. Klein is going to pick up 8 yards down to the 33.
Yeah, Dakota Double D had his man blocked 8 yards out of the play. Just ran him right out of the way.
I think we might have got our senior spotlight highlight for Pasta Jace.
There you go.
This week. Double D right there on the block. As Brad Harris is going to call the offense over, let the clock run out. Benton's going to win it tonight 40-7. That gives Brad 42 wins as the Panther head coach, and he surpasses the legendary Tom Harden on the all-time wins list.
Who's next on the list? Doesn't that put him as the number 2 winningest?
No, it puts him at 5. I tell you what, we can take a break and pull that up and find out.
I'd be interested to know.
So Panthers win it tonight 40-7. We're going to take a break and come back with tonight's Jones Heating and Air Panther postgame show, and it'll be a happy one. Benton wins it 40-7 over Little Rock Catholic. This is Benton Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Any lasting structure begins with a good blueprint, and every good blueprint must be designed specifically for the people it serves. The Benton Event Center, Riverside Park, and the new Boys and Girls Club, all designed by the professional architects at Black, Corley, Owens, and Hughes. They understand the Benton community and are a major part of our economic success. Proud sponsors of Benton Panther football and valued partners for our community.
Yes, we've got Bear on the line with a question for Trey. Bear, what's your question?
Hey, Randy, this is Bear, first-time listener, long-time caller. I wanted to ask Trey about Sanders Ground Essentials. I know they are real 5-star guys wanted by everybody. I heard they have an excellent weed control and fertilization program, and they do customized plans based on annual soil results for all their customers. I just want to know what you guys have heard. I'm going to hang up and listen now.
Bear, you should call them at 315-9395 or on the web at sandersground.com. Let's get growing.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest selection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
Hamilton Family Dentistry, dental care that grows with you. We're family owned and are ready to provide dental care for your family. From your newborn baby to your great-grandparents, we see them all. Give us a call at 653-2422 or come visit us at 2422 Spring Hill Road.
Merchants and Farmers Bank is built around hard work and dedication, offering the big bank products but small bank friendly. Building relationships, one customer at a time. We invite you to be next. Stop in today at the corner of Spring Hill and Highway 5 in Bryant, or our newest branch opening soon in downtown Benton, where you'll find that your experience here matters. Visit us online at mfbanknet.com or find us on Facebook. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324.
Benton wins it tonight 40-7 over Little Rock Catholic. Dio, ask and you shall receive. Brad Harris now 5th all-time in wins as a Benton Panther head coach with 42, surpassing Tom Harden. Next up, Max Graham, the state championship head coach from 1977 with 45, and then Mark Jones with 47 wins. So conceivably, Brad Harris could be your 3rd winningest coach in Benton history this season.
In probably, and I would say he would have gotten to that many wins faster than anybody else.
Yes.
If I had to guess.
Yes.
Benton is now a program. It really is. It's not just a football team anymore. Benton football has become a program. I mean, you look at the number of kids down there and just kind of year in, year out in the playoffs, in the hunt, and that's testament to the groundwork that Scott Nethery laid when he was head coach, and then passed the torch to Coach Harris, who's just continued it on. So great win tonight by the Panthers.
I think it takes a little bit of the taste out of the mouth of last year.
Yes.
Because the setup was identical this year to last year. And last year we left with an awful taste in our mouth, losing at home by 7 to a Catholic team. This year the setup, very similar. And this is a Panther team that came and left no doubt from the get-go tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. They left no doubt from the first drive. They absolutely dominated. So Coach Ray down here getting a picture with his offense. He's proud of that offensive group, and they put up the numbers. They certainly deserve the accolades for tonight's performance. I mean, those starters just in the first half put up whole game numbers in the first half.
272 yards for Benton rushing tonight on 38 carries, 20 completions, 198 yards passing. But as it stands at the conclusion of the night, Dio, Catholic 17 carries for minus 12 yards. Yeah, punch those up, Taylor, if you've got them ready to go.
What did you say the final, minus 12 yards on rushing?
Minus 12 yards of rushing for Catholic in the football game. 118 passing. That should be a -9 rushing. So Catholic ends with 106 yards of total offense against the PDC tonight.
That's pretty impressive. That's a pretty impressive defensive performance. And even though they didn't get the shutout, that's about as close to a shutout. I mean, they really had that one big play that worked for them. So that's pretty good.
Panther defense, 3rd downs, Catholic was 1 of 9 on 3rd down conversions tonight, 0 of 2 on 4th down conversions. So we've really seen the PDC tighten the screws in those critical down situations. Catholic just 1 of 11 combined on 3rd and 4th down tonight.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy how much improved the defense looked tonight. But now we get to head into conference play. And conference play is a little bit of a grind. But this is the kind of game we needed really to go into conference play, because I guarantee you these guys they've got their confidence back after that Salt Bowl loss. They're ready for conference play for sure.
So Casey Johnson finishes with 103 yards on the ground, 103 of Benton's 272 yards rushing. And I would say you talk about the improvement of the defense, not allowing any big plays tonight to that Catholic offense other than the 141-yard touchdown. But that Panther offensive line,
yeah,
I was impressed with them, and I was impressed with the second group that came in back of that first group. I mean, great effort tonight up front.
Absolutely. They did a great job. But both the starters and the backups did a phenomenal job. I mean, we added, Chris Bernard came in relief and had a great, a sophomore running back came in behind those those backups, and they made holes for him just like the starters did for Johnson & Johnson.
So after allowing 6 sacks to Bryant, just 2 the last 2 weeks allowed by the Panther offensive line. Well, right, let's go to our Pasta J's Panther Players of the Game, and these young men that we're about to announce will be recognized coming up on Tuesday night at Panther Live at Pasta J's. Offensively, Dio, who we got tonight?
Well, Strand Smith, I mean, last week, it goes 14 of 18, or what was it, 14 of 18 or 15 of 18?
15 of 18.
15 of 18. Tonight goes 14 of 17. Last week, we could have probably given it to him, just as well, but Donovan Pearson kind of had such a standout. But tonight, Strand Smith just delivered when it mattered. 14 of 17, 4 touchdowns, 173 yards through the air. Just a fantastic performance. So he deserves the Offensive Player of the Game for sure.
Offensively, our Pasta J's Player of the Game for the Panthers, Strand Smith. On defense, again, you tip your hat to the entire defense, but we've got to call one guy. We've got to pick one guy. Who you got this week?
Well, he shaved his mustache, so I'm a little bit hesitant on this one. But I feel like Bo Wright really stepped up, had several tackles for loss, but he was in the backfield. There was quarterback hurries. The couple of times he was called on to punt, he did a great job punting, which I know that doesn't really count for defense. But Bo Wright, defensive MVP for the Benton Panthers tonight.
And our senior spotlight, I'm going with Dakota Dean. We get to pick a couple of seniors that we'll interview on next Tuesday night. Let's go Dakota Dean. You want to go with another senior?
Hey, I thought Dakota Dean is a fantastic choice. He came in. He doesn't get to play a whole lot, but he came in. He made the most of it tonight. And plus, I think he's just a great interview. I can't wait to talk to Double D.
You want to come be a part of that one Tuesday? I'm
going to be there Tuesday. This past Tuesday, I completely, because we've changed up and now that we're doing this, but had a great crowd out at Pasta J's. I think I may join you for this week's coaches show. I think that'll be a fun deal.
So we want to invite all Panther fans to come out there. We had 70 last week. We had a great group of 7th graders and their dads that came, and that is really cool to see the next wave of Panthers and the current Panthers get to interact, food and fellowship and fun.
Yep.
And we stream it live on the Benton Football Network on YouTube.
Well, and you said it kind of had the whole catfish hole kind of vibe to it, with the way they used to do the Razorbacks coaches show. So I think that's fantastic. I think that's, there's no other high school team doing anything like that. I think that's big. So you guys that are listening, come on out to Pasta J's this Tuesday night at 6:30. And let's look at some highlights, Jim.
Yeah, why don't you lead us through these right here?
Well, I kind of like to let him speak for itself, but I really like the athletic move by Cam there, dodging over the fallen defender. But Brandon Johnson, another big night, just bulldozing his way into the end zone there. And Strand Smith, what can you say about him? Dropping dimes, perfect pass to Donovan Pearson, who again gets in on the action. Donovan had 2 touchdown receptions tonight. Great play, Cam Harris on the out route there, and then another Strand. I mean, this is a Strand and Cam show almost. Cam going up against 2 defenders and getting that. Just a great night for Panther football.
Yeah, Panthers win it tonight 40-7 over Little Rock Catholic. Want to remind all Panther fans, Panther Live at Pasta J's will be Tuesday night at 6:30. Pasta J's is located at 1314 Green Street, behind Sonic and across the street from Office Depot. It is a fun time together, and we'd love to have you come join Brad Harris, the Panther Players of the Game, and a couple of seniors that will spotlight each week. We recap the previous week's game and preview the next one. And Dio, the next one is when it really starts counting. The Russellville Cyclones will be in town, not only to kick off conference, but it's also homecoming week at Benton High School.
Well, it's going to be a big week. I like the fact that Russellville lost to Bologna. I like them coming off of a loss to a smaller team coming into town. So It should be another good week for the Panthers. I know the seniors are all excited about Senior Spirit Week, and hopefully they can avoid enough distractions to come out with a conference win. Because as Coach Harris says, we're 0-0. It's starting fresh again. So let's start 1-0 after Friday night.
And the Panthers will try to do that next Friday night, and that will be our next broadcast of Benton Panther football when the Panthers host the Russellville Cyclones for homecoming. We'll be with you live at 6:30 for the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show with kickoff slated for 7 o'clock. A big thank you tonight to our crew. And, man, how good is MM Productions? They are producing not only our game here but also the Bryant game, several booths down. Matt Johnson and Mason Woolbright do an amazing job. They did a great job last night with the Russellville-Valonia game on Channel 42. And the crew tonight, the director Taylor Gomez, our replay Tamara Brown, graphics Morgan Garrett, audio Aaron Garrett, our engineer Matt Johnson, producer Mason Woolbright, and our cameras tonight operated by Caleb Bingston, Dallas Hall, and Marcus Robinson. Thank you to Justin Akery and the great folks at The Buzz for their partnership in making 106.7 The Buzz 2 the radio home of Benton football. And we appreciate Benton Athletic Director Scott Nethery, who not only helps us each week, but typically pops in the booth and gives us some good wisdom, as he did tonight as well. Dio, it was fun.
It was a good night.
Even got you doing some weather forecasting tonight. So
we're going to work on that. Hopefully we don't have to mess with too many rain delays this year.
No doubt. Great job. I always enjoy being with Dio Vanucci and the #1 fan of the Benton Panthers, Freddie Reinhardt. I'm Jim Gardner. Thank you again for joining us tonight for Benton Panther football. Again, tonight's final score, it was the Benton Panthers 40 and the Catholic Rockets 7. Until we greet you next Friday on homecoming night, good night, God bless, and go Benton.